for all fresh sandwich students. To begin this morning program, we would invite Reverend Dr. Patrick Kwampa to give us the opening prayer.
Shall we rise as an honor to God even as we take the opening prayer? Shall we pray? We begin in the name of God, the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Almighty God, we thank you for the University of Cape Coast, the Office of the Dean of Students, and the School of Graduate Studies. We thank you for the leadership, management, staff, students, and all stakeholders of the university. Gracious God, your word says in the psalmist that when we commit our ways into your hands, you will direct it and then bring it to an expected end. So we commit the orientation program for our fresh sandwich students into your hands. We ask that may you make it a success. And then we ask for your presence and leading. We thank you for an answered prayer. This we pray in the name of Christ Jesus our Lord. Amen.
Thank you very much, Reverend. You are all welcome once again. This is the new examination center of the University of Cape Coast. And as I indicated earlier, we are here for a one-day orientation program for all fresh sandwich students. I would like to inform us that if some of our colleagues are not here, we can inform them that this program is being streamed live by Tvucc. So you can log on to YouTube and search for Tvucc to join this proceeding today. For this morning's program, we are very privileged to have some dignitaries in our midst. And because we are starting, I'll just introduce those who are immediately by the table. Then in due course, others will be introduced. So to my far left, we have Professor Daniela Park, and he is the Dean of Students. Next to him is Mr. Adum Kunedu. He's the Director of Human Resource, and he's representing the registrar for this morning's function. And next to him is Dr. Atta Yeboah-Sapong. He is the Director of Academic Affairs. As I indicated, we have other dignitaries in our midst who will be introduced in due course. Now, to set the ball rolling, we shall invite Mr. Isaac Adum Kunedu, who is representing the registrar, to give us the welcome address. Shall we welcome him with a round of applause?
Thank you very much, Madam MC. Like she mentioned, I'm representing the registrar, and the registrar is currently out of the country to also attend an equally important program over there. And so I'm here to represent him. Professor Daniel Apak, the Dean of Students, Dr. Atta Yeboah-Sapong, Director, Academic Affairs, distinguished faculty members, guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, our dear students. Good morning to you all. Oh, I want to hear your voice. Good morning to you all. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to the University of Cape Coast, the #1 university in Ghana. It is also #1 in West Africa, and then #7 in Africa. It is the University of Competitive Choice. So you decide to come here. You are welcome to this university. Yes. It gives me immense pleasure to greet you all as you embark on one of the most exciting and transformative journeys of your lives. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with opportunities, challenges, growth, and pursuit of knowledge. You have worked hard to be here, and I take this opportunity to congratulate each one of you for earning your place in this esteemed university. I am proud to stand before you today knowing that you represent the future not only of this university, but our society at large. You are joining a community that is committed to academic excellence, innovation, and the holistic development of every student. Our faculty, staff, and administration are all here to support you in your journey, ensuring that your experience at the University of Cape Coast is both enriching and rewarding. Your time here will be filled with new experiences, both academic and personal. You will have the chance to explore new subjects, discover your passions, and challenge your thinking. You will meet people from diverse backgrounds, each bringing their unique perspectives and experiences. It is through this diversity that we all learn and grow, and I encourage you to take full advantage of the opportunities for collaboration and learning that this university offers you. While the road ahead may be sometimes doubting, remember that you are not alone, so we are all here to support you. The university has a wide range of resources to help you to navigate your journey. Your academic advisors, counselors, and support staff are here to assist you with any challenges you may face. Whether you need help with your studies, guidance on your path, career path, or someone to talk to, we are here for you. And this is a very positive statement. Don't hesitate to reach out. Our doors are always open. Our doors are always open to hear your complaints, the challenge that you go through, whatever is bothering you as far as academic and personal lives are concerned. We are ever ready to support you. In addition to academics, I urge you to get involved in various extracurricular activities available on campus. Student organizations, clubs, support teams, and community service opportunities are all part of the vibrant campus life at the University of Competitive Choice. These activities not only help you develop leadership and team skills, but also allow you to build friendships and networks that will last a lifetime. Remember, your university experience is not just about what you learn in the classroom, but also about the relationships you build and the experiences you have outside of it. This orientation program has been carefully designed to help you settle into a university life. In the next few hours, you will learn about the university's policies, procedures, and expectations. You will also have the chance to meet your fellow students, faculty members, and other university staff who will play a significant role in your time here. I encourage you to actively participate in all sessions and ask questions. Ask questions. All that you want to know, ask. This is the opportune time for you. So ask all the questions. Be actively involved. And then you leave here very well enriched with the knowledge that you need to know about our university. The more you engage, the more confident and prepared you will feel as you start your lectures. As you embark on this academic journey, I also want to remind you of the importance of integrity and responsibility. At the University of Cape Coast, we hold the highest standards of academic honesty and ethical behavior. Your conduct, both inside and outside the lecture hall, should reflect values of respect, fairness, and integrity. These principles are not only crucial to your success here at the university, but also serve you well in your future careers and personal lives. In conclusion, I want to stress that you are part of a community that is here to support you, and it is a promise. Challenge you and help you grow. Your time here will be what you make of it. So there's another that let the university system pass through you. Don't just walk through the university. So participate where you live here, well informed. Your time here will be what you make of it. So I encourage you to be curious, take initiatives, and make the most of the opportunities that come your way. I'm confident that each of you has the potential to achieve great things, and I look forward to seeing the many ways in which you will contribute to our university community. Once again, welcome to the #1 university in Ghana, the #1 university in West Africa, and the #7 in Africa, the University of Competitive Choice. I wish you all the very best as you begin this exciting new chapter in your life. May your time here be filled with success, growth, and unforgettable memories. Thank you very much.
Shall we give him a better round of applause? So that was Mr. Isaac Adum Kunedu, the Director of Human Resource, acting on behalf of the registrar and giving us the welcome address. But when he mentioned that we could take part in sport and recreation and clubs and associations, I could hear some of you giggling. And I was wondering why. Why there is no time for us to engage in such activities, eh? Okay, we'll see about that as a university. Once you are #1, everything is possible here. So now we'll zoom into a series of presentations for the day. And we'll take all of them. Then at the end of the day, there will be time for question and answers. So let's note our questions as we go through the presentations. And then when we are done, we would ask questions. So to set the ball rolling for the first presentation, we shall invite Professor Dianella Park, who is the Dean of Students, to take us through regulations for junior members.
The acting registrar, who is chairing this function, permit me to stand on the already established protocol to do my presentation. I also want to add my voice to welcoming you to the #1 university in Ghana. Yes, you see, let's behave like the Nigerians. They say, if you won't blow my trumpet, I will blow it. Yes, so we want everybody to know we are the #1 university. Not just in Ghana, in West Africa, when it comes to our research output, okay? And then we are the 7th, so you should be proud. I want to welcome you for gaining admission to this, let me say, a very prestigious university like ours. So I'm going to talk about regulations for junior members. Yeah, so quickly we'll look at who a junior member is, the overview of the Office of the Dean of Students, why there are regulations for junior members, the jurisdiction of our regulations for junior members, some regulations that we'll quickly go over with you, channels of communication, how to address our grievances, then we conclude. So who is a junior member? In the university, we have senior members and junior members. Junior members are students who have been admitted into the university to pursue a program and have duly paid their fees, registered, and have come to school. These group of people, when you come to school, you are definitely governed by the university's rules and regulations. And so as we sit here, ladies and gentlemen, we are all junior members of the university. I hope that is very clear. You've come in to the university as a student, and definitely the university has rules and regulations that will govern your affairs, not just in school, until you complete. You are a University of Cape Coast student. So a junior member is governed by the statutes and all policies, rules, and regulations that are issued by these bodies, the council, academic board, these authorities, the vice chancellor, the dean of students, our hall masters or wardens. Some of us are staying in the halls, and any other university authority. Now, my office is the office of the dean of students. We are responsible for your welfare as students. We look at your welfare from the academic, residential, and social front. We are also responsible for issues of an accommodation, chaplaincy, guidance and counseling services, sports and recreation committee, activities, our inter-university, intra-university, and international student affairs programs and competitions. I don't know if you have any association as Sandwich students, but if you have, we are also supposed to be responsible for that. You know of the SRC. You all belong to the SRC or the Graduate Students Association. We are responsible for that. My office also, in an unfortunate incident where a student passes on, it is our responsibility to lead the university to mourn with the family, and also to ensure that whatever the university has to do for the family, they do. We don't hope we will lose anybody though. Amen? Amen. Good. But we are human beings, so the inevitable can happen. Yeah, so why are there regulations for junior members? Now, these regulations are formulated to govern your stay throughout in the university. And this is important because you've come into an institution of higher learning, and we expect you to conduct yourself in a particular way that invariably will not cause harm to yourself, others, to the institution and its image. So we need these rules to govern the environment in which we find ourselves and to safeguard you. Our rules and regulations, which I am sure Registrar will be getting copies for them. You will have copies of the rules and regulations, and mostly of our policy document, you have access to that. We get these, or we've taken these rules from our statutes. We also have what we call the student handbook that talks a lot about how you should conduct yourself on campus. We also have our academic programs that are in documents, the policies and regulations that guide these programs. And so the rules and regulations that should govern your stay on campus until you finish your program, we get them from these documents, or we've extracted them from these documents. As I indicated, you'll be having copies, and then very soon, you will familiarize yourself with most of them. Now, these rules apply to the conduct of all junior members of the university. So whether you are a Sandwich student, a regular student, whatever, so long as you are a student of the University of Cape Coast, these rules apply to you. So don't say, as for us, we are Sandwich students, so what applies to the regular students, you are a student. And so please, let's remind ourselves that our rules apply to all, and these rules are supposed to regulate all of us as we come through our programs of study. Now, our rules border on dress code, abatement, aiding and conspiracy to cause an offense, dissemination and spreading of false information, stalking. Some of you, when you propose to the ladies and they say no, you won't let them have their peace. In darkness, you are there. Why? Hello? You see, that's stalking. She says no. A no is a no. Don't go pursuing her. It's a serious offense. So let's take note. Now we also frown on unapproved demonstrations, rallies, assemblies, or processions. So you can't say, a particular group wants to go on a procession. Maybe your department or faculty group, you cannot just get up and go on a procession like that. You need, if you are to be permitted to do that, you must be given permission. Yes, most of you too are in the halls of residence and you also study on campus. Noise making, we take serious exceptions to noise making. In the halls, you need to be mindful. You are not the only one there. Whatever you are doing, make sure that some of us have come with some gadgets, is that not so? To keep ourselves, entertained. But don't go blaring your gadgets to disturb. Noise making on campus, we take serious exception to that because it will interfere with people who want to study. Smoking and alcoholic drinks, we don't, of course, some of us I say, okay, we have matured. Yes, but that way you can do it at home or go outside. But when you are on campus, please don't do that. Don't do that. The use of narcotics. In fact, as for that, apart from the fact that the university frowns on it, it's also even it's a criminal offense. I'm sure you are aware. Improper handling of university property in the halls of residence, in the lecture rooms. Please be mindful because we need to preserve our property so that we can use them for long. Let's be careful. Yes, there is a ban on water body activities. Please, you see the beach is just close by. The beach. Please, don't go and say you are going to swim. Some of you, there is no sea by where we come from. You don't know how to swim. Please, don't go and test your swimming skills here. We want you to come, go through your program. And some will say we want to go and then, take some pictures. Yeah, but make sure you don't get there. Stand far away, okay? Take your picture. The camera can capture the sea, but don't go swimming. In fact, the university is requesting that we stay away from. Because we've had, as a university, we've had the unfortunate incident of burying some of you. Yes, students, who went there to engage in some activities and didn't come back. So please, let us stay away from the water. Even though the sea is so beautiful and you can just walk through it, but let's be careful. Yeah, please, if you have anything to sell, some of us who are traders, we've come with our adverts. Please, don't go pasting adverts or posters anyhow on campus. Please, we frown against that too. Some of you are in rooms. You came in there 22, 33, 44. Please, if you did not pay to stay in a room, don't go and add people to stay with you. As much as possible, if you are 2 in the room, we expect that you should be 2. If you are 4, 4. Don't go for a room for yourself and then you go gather others who have not paid to come and then perch. We call it perching. Or you give it out and then you go and stay in the diaspora. But you took the room. We expect that you should stay in the room if you took the room. If you don't want to stay to, please hand over the room to the hall and then go and look for your accommodation. Issues of sexual harassment, please. That's also a very serious offense. Somebody has dressed, you make remarks about the person's sexuality. It's not good though. If you are a course rep because you want to submit assignment, don't use that as an advantage to coerce anybody. Yeah, because if you do, you are harassing that person. So let us be mindful of some of these things. Yes, you are here. Your family knows you are here. You've come. If for any reason, you have to go out of campus, I think you need to seek permission. Some of these things are for your own protection. If you just keep moving out and we don't know where you are, anything can happen and we can't account for you. So please, we also expect that don't be rude to university authority. Because as staff, we respect our students. We also expect you to respect us. Don't say, as for me, look at this small girl. Yes, she's a small girl, but she's a staff. Those of you who are staying in the halls, some of your hall, the staff at the halls may be younger. Some may even be your as young as your kids. Please, here we are in the university. You are not the father or mother. You are here to learn. Let us work respecting them. And I'm sure we'll have no problem. Yeah, so when you have to address university staff, please, let us do that respectfully. And I'm sure the staff too will respect our students and will not have a problem. Now, issues about, these are antisocial activities like nudity, sodomy. We abhor them here. So please, let us stay away from, because if we get you engaged in some of these things, the university, we have sanctions for all of these offenses. So let's be mindful. Now, because you are in residence, you say, okay, we will obey the rules. But you see, the moment you are a student of the University of Cape Coast, you carry that university on your head. So even when you go home, you are still a UCC student too. Yes. So please conduct yourselves well, because if you go there outside, because you've gone on a semester break, you go and engage in an activity that will bring the university's name into disrepute, we are still going to have to sanction you. Yes. Yes, because you are now an ambassador. You carry our brand, that brand called UCC, University of Cape Coast. University of Competitive Choice. So you cannot conduct yourself in any way that will tarnish our brand. So we expect that your stay with us, you will conduct yourself in a way that will always add value to the brand UCC, but not take away our hard-earned reputation by your conduct. So please, let's remember to keep ourselves, in ways that will not create problems for the university, for yourself first and then the university. So a few of the offenses and their sanctions, just to let you know, you get the details when we give you the student's handbook, copies of the student handbook. So for example, if I am caught smoking, University of Cape Coast, it is a no smoking area. So if we catch you smoking in your room, in any of within our university campus, see, the sanctions are there. If it's in a building, we'll get you out first because we don't want you to harm others. And then we'll caution you. And if you don't change, we will have to. Sandwich students, whether undergraduate or you can be suspended though. So please, let's be mindful. Sexual harassment, you see the sanctions, warning, rustication, and then dismissal. The warning is if it is not serious. But if you severely harass somebody, it won't be warning. No. It can jump from warning to dismissal. So let's be mindful. Stalking, yes, I just explained that. If you are caught stalking anybody, we can rusticate you or we can dismiss you. DRAP spoke about the demonstrations, rallies, assemblies, and processions. If you do that, we'll suspend you, we could rusticate you, or we could dismiss you. Yes. So if we find out that you took the rooms and gave them out to people, what we'll do is that the hallmasters, my hallmasters are here, they will take their key and send you out. And then we can follow it up with a rustication because you are not doing the right thing. Yeah. So these are some of a few of the rules and regulations that should govern us and the sanctions that accompany them if you break them. But I pray and hope that no one will break any of our regulations. Is that not so? So that we can have a peaceful stay here throughout our course of study. Now, if you have any challenge, please, any problem, any grievance, if it is a residential issue, those of us who are in the halls of residence, please get in touch with your hallmaster, or if it is a female, it is the hall within. Those of us who will be in Adishi Hall, I think we have only a female hall within in Adishi. Yes, so Adishi Hall. The rest are all hall masters. We pray we can break that so that come a time where we have some of our female colleagues being hall masters for some of the male halls. Is that not so? Yes. Chair, they say if you want to talk to God, talk to the wind. I have spoken to God through the wind. Yes, so issues on academic matters, you have your heads of departments. You also have academic counselors. Please, go to them. They will receive you. Yes, we have a center. I think they are here. Cedric will be joining us. Yes, we have a center here. Issues of sexual harassment. When they come through their presentation, they'll give you their contacts. So if you feel sexually harassed, they will even give you some hotlines, okay, to call them. We also have, the university has a sexual harassment committee. In fact, any authority here, please, if you feel sexually harassed, get to that person with your problem. Okay? Get to the person. Even your heads of departments, your hall masters, if you are in the hall and anybody is sexually harassing you, go to the hall master. Let the hall master know. If you have any security threat, someone is saying, I'll kill you, I'll harm you, the security will be here. We have the university security section will be here. They will give us a present. They will also put forth some hotlines for us to be able to call. Now my office is there. We receive you at any time. Our location, just opposite the library. You see the main administration block, the Adobin block. You can come there, the security, the reception, we have some security personnel there. Ask of the ODS, they will let you come to the office. With your complaints, if you have any issue that you want to share, please come, we'll listen to you. But remember, we can't give you money. Yeah, so we can. Chair will say we'll make sure we'll listen. Yeah, we'll listen to you, but don't come and say, Dean, please, I want money. That it will be difficult for us to do much for you. So, in conclusion, I want to say that you are primarily here to study. You know why you are here. So please, focus on why you are here. Of course, the chair said you don't just want to come and then will not experience the university. Experience the university, but don't lose sight of the fact that you are here to pursue your academic program. Work on that. Make sure you observe the rules and regulations that govern how you should conduct yourself on campus. And I'm sure at the end of the day, we'll all leave here successful. So on this note, I will once again say you are welcome. We will be around if you have questions like the senior assistant registrar. She didn't introduce herself. She's the senior assistant registrar at the ODS. She is the one that is facilitating this program. As she rightly stated, we'll be here to take questions at the right time. Thank you.
Okay, shall we give the Dean one more round of applause? So that was Professor Daniela Park taking us through regulations for junior members. It is now time for us to take our second presentation, but before we do that, let me introduce members who have joined us this morning before we take our presentation. So one more time, to my far left is Professor Sarah Dakwa. She is the Dean of the School of Graduate Studies. Professor Daniela Park is the Dean of Students. Mr. Isaac Adum Kunedu is the Director of Human Resource, representing the Registrar this morning. Dr. Ataye Boasapo is the Director of Academic Affairs. Mrs. Dinah Dobache is the Deputy Senior Hall Tutor for Graduate Hall. Reverend Dr. Patrick Kwampa is the Head of the Chaplaincy Unit. Mr. Nasser Inte is the Head of the Senior Member Session. Professor Stephen Dofia is the Hall Master for Kesley Hayford Hall. Professor Edward Mafoyadom is the Hall Master for Kwame Nkrumah Hall. Dr. Samuel Asabil is the Vice Dean of Students. Ms. Joanna Akinola is a Junior Assistant Registrar at the Center for Teacher Professional Development. Mr. Hans Damson is a Junior Assistant Registrar with the College of Distance Education. Ms. Milan Ahimatewia is the College Registrar for the College of Education Studies. Mr. Ebenezer Agri is the College Registrar for the College of Humanities and Legal Studies. Mr. Dixon Amedahe is a Junior Assistant Registrar with the College of Education Studies. Ms. Evelyn Osampinanko is the Head of Admissions Session. We duly acknowledge the team from TVUCC who are streaming this program live on TVUCC, and also staff and national service personnel from the Office of the Dean of Students who are assisting with the organization of the orientation program. Like the Dean indicated, my name is Mrs. Efia Inimainto. I'm the Senior Assistant Registrar at the Office of the Dean of Students. As I indicated earlier on, we'll continue with our series of presentations. At the end of it all, there'll be time for questions and answers. So let's take note of our questions even as we go through the presentations. We shall invite Professor Sarah Dakwa to take us through academic programs, policies, and regulations for graduate studies.
No, you do it. When I give you the sign, you do it. Good morning, everyone. And thank you, as indicated by the Dean of Students. Chair, may I stand on the protocol already established? So before we start this, I just want the graduate students to know that whatever the Dean of Students said applies to you, in addition to what I'm going to present. Okay, so what I'm presenting now does not apply to the undergrads, but to the graduate students. Thank you. So we are going to look at the overview of the School of Graduate Studies. And let me add my voice to welcome you to the #1 university. When the registrar said it, I heard some giggling. When the Dean of Students said it, I heard some giggling. I think you should be proud that you are here today. Okay, so the University of Cape Coast run the collegiate system, and we have 5 main colleges. College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences, College of Humanities and Legal Studies, College of Education Studies, College of Health and Allied Sciences, and College of Distance Education. I'm taking you through this because I want you to know that wherever you are, the School of Graduate Studies takes care of all the graduate students in these 5 colleges. The structure is made up of the board, the School of Graduate Studies board, which is made up of all the vice deans from the various colleges. Then myself, the dean, I have a vice dean, senior assistant registrar, now a junior assistant registrar and accountant, and 16 other support staff. Apart from coordinating all the postgraduate programs, we also help in developing the policies and of the graduate school that helps to strengthen and effectively manage graduate studies in the university. Admissions is one of the responsibilities of the School of Graduate Studies. So what happens is, now that you are here, I believe you've gone through that stage where you applied, you bought a voucher, you went online to fill in your application, you sent to the School of Graduate Studies, and my staff together, we looked at it. We want to make sure you have certain requirements of the university. Once that is checked, you move to your forms, go back to the respective departments, schools, faculties. Then they look at it and tell us who to admit per whatever requirements they are also looking out for. And once it gets to us, together with MIS and Academic Affairs, we issue your admission letter, which I believe once you are all sitting here, you have admission letters. And you have paid. To be the best university is not easy. There's a lot that goes into it, and money is needed to do that. So please, those who haven't paid, when we leave here, go and pay, okay? Thank you. We also help in approving graduate programs. Once again, I said we are serving all the colleges. So the respective departments, they develop the programs. And then it has a series of processes that it goes through. And finally, for the graduate programs, it ends at the graduate school, where all the colleges are represented. And we also look at it, and it moves to the next stage, the academic board, and on to GTech, our regulators. We also ensure supervision of students. So for the non-research, the MEd and the rest, the non-Master of Science, MSc, etc., you do not take thesis. But for those who are on thesis programs, the MPhil, MNes, etc., it gets to a point when you meet the requirements of the coursework, you are given supervisors, and graduate school helps with that. Then we also help in processing of your thesis and the attestations once you are done. We liaise with your various departments and they nominate, we appoint internal, external examiners, and they look at your work. When you pass, we also help you to defend your work. If it's research, non-research, when you pass, everything is clean. You don't own the university. You don't owe the university, OWE. Then we'll prepare you for graduation. Maybe that time you feel what we have been talking about, that we are number one. You feel it better that day. So we all look forward to that day. Oh, okay. So the pay your fees has appeared again. So it's very important. Pay your fees. Then you register. I hope you all know that matriculation will be coming off on Friday. So that's why it's important that you pay your fees. You have registered before you get matriculated. So please make sure you do that. And please remember that although you are sandwich students, you have 2 years, isn't it? 2 semesters, sandwich semesters, we call it a year. Please make sure that you register every year. So when you happen to come around next year, make sure you register. Okay. Okay. So at graduate level, you have graduated from undergraduate to graduate level. You don't require a 50 again to pass. Now, at this level, you need a 60 to pass, which is a C. Our continuous assessment is the same, 40%, end of semester 60. At a graduate level, you are not expected to fail, but as human as we are, we allow you to fail one course. This is just for emergency, so I know you are not even going to fail any courses. And the sentence that follows is not too pleasant, but it must be said because ignorance is no excuse. When you fail more than the one we have given you, and we give you an opportunity to rewrite, and you don't make it, then we may have to part ways. I didn't want to use the word withdrawn or part ways. Okay. So you need to pass all your coursework before you can progress. So if it's a dissertation you are writing, if it is a thesis you are writing, you need to pass the coursework before you move on. You need 2.0 cumulative grade point if it's non-research. If it is a research degree, you need 2.5. I've made this very clear so that you know there's a difference between the 2.0 and the /2.5. Okay? I always tell students that the 2.5 is not too difficult to get. But when you aim at getting your 60, you'll be surprised you will not get it. So please, do well to do very well. And then if there's a course that you find difficult and you struggle to make your C, then you can go through successfully. Okay, so we do not allow students to defer. So if you wake up one day and you feel, I don't feel like going back to UCC, don't write to us and say you want to defer. That's not an excuse to defer. Okay? And even now, as you sit here, you cannot finish matriculation on Friday and come and say, I want to defer. Please. You can only defer after 1 year for the regular students, and for you this semester. You have to be a student before you can apply to defer. So if after matriculation you haven't taken any classes, nothing, you cannot just get up and come to us and tell us you want to defer, please. Usually we allow deferment on health basis. Health basis. Change of name. Change of name. For the women, we allow them to change their names because most of them get married. So you change your name. But for the men, we do not allow. Okay? So if tomorrow you wake up and they make you the chief of your town, don't come and tell us to add Nana. We are not doing it. If you happen to go to Mecca and you come, Alaji. Oh, I just discovered that an uncle of mine is senior. Please, can you add junior to my name? No, we don't. And the good news is that in Ghana, in this part of our world, the men marry the women. So you cannot come to us and tell us that now you are married. Can I take my wife's name? Okay, so change of program. As human as we are, once a while, my staff can make a mistake. Immediately you see it. Please come. Let's effect that before you go and pay your fees. Different programs have different fees. So please, be very swift about that. But that is not to say that during the time you were applying, someone told you that, hey, as for finance, it's not easy to get in. Then you choose marketing. Then immediately you get to campus, you run to graduate school. No, I never said I wanted marketing. It's finance I wanted. Please, we cannot change for you. We cannot change for you. Okay, so for next, for those who are here for non-research, there's a way out. Once you are done with the non-research, you could come back someday and say, I want to do a top-up. Remember, I said for the research, you need to get a 2.5. Okay. So since you never know, maybe you go home after the non-research and you want to come back, please strive to get your 2.5. Because if you leave with a 2.49, I always tell students that we don't run off easily when it comes to GPA. So when you get 2.49 and you come and you tell us that, oh, my graduate school 2.49 is like 2.5. No, please, it's not like. We don't do that. So make sure you get your 2.5, you take a rest, and the following year or something you come, and then you continue without any problem. And you shouldn't get more than 1 C if you want to come back for the top-up. You get a B or better in research methods. Once you come back for the top-up, you need to take academic writing and get a B. And then you can do reading, directed reading, and if you present it at the department and they think you're okay, to move on. And this opportunity is also good for people who are doing the research and you get a 3.5 or better. We can still give you the opportunity to move on straight to the next level. Okay. You see, there are so many opportunities. You can even have a master's degree and move straight to PhD when you are on a master's program. That is when you get a 3.5 or better. Not more than 1 C, and this time a B plus or better, which is an A, in research methods. Then we can give you the opportunity to go straight to the PhD. I've met students who have said, hey, when I finish this non-research, never again, and they come back. Okay, so if you are moving to the PhD, then this time is 20 to 25 pages. You do the presentation, you need to get a B plus or better, and then you can move on. Okay. So when you go to the webpage for the School of Graduate Studies, you will see the academic policies and regulations for graduate students, the soft copy there. You can read a page after your morning devotion every day, and you will finish reading soon. Please, these are just a few of the policies I've mentioned to you. And I always tell students that there's no excuse to say that I never knew. It is there. It's your responsibility to read. So please read. When I heard the dean of students talking about the fact that you're ambassadors and that when you leave here, you have to continue, I also always tell my students, although you apply, you come, you pay your old school fees, we say the award, the degree is awarded. In the same way, the University of Cape Coast can't take back the award. And I've had students asking, how can they take back my certificate if I don't bring it? You can keep it, but they can nullify it. Said that when you are walking around anywhere, it doesn't work. So once you pass everything, you leave this university, you settle all your financial obligations, you continue to be in good standing. You continue to be good ambassadors to the University of Cape Coast. And you add on onto the reason why we are number one. Are you not proud of that? Okay, so we have a guideline at the graduate school that you all need, especially for the research students. So when you walk into the building, you ask for the accountant and you get a copy. I'll leave with you. Read and abide by the rules. I always tell my staff and everyone that there are rules in this university. Until you are caught up with it, you think everyone is a friend. It's only when they have to apply the rule to you that you see that there are differences. Thank you so much for choosing UCC, and I wish you well in your individual studies. Thank you.
We just listened to a presentation on academic programs, policies, and regulations for postgraduate studies. We'll now take a second presentation on academic programs, policies, and regulations for undergraduate studies, and we shall welcome Ms. Evelyn Osampinanko to take us through the presentation.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Into. And good morning, Chair, and all the seniors gathered here. Good morning, students. And I also want to welcome you to the University of Competitive Choice in Ghana. I must say that whatever I'm coming to say, most of them have been said by the Dean of Graduate Studies. And so I will just speak on selected areas, just some few areas. And so you are sandwich students. So your program may be slightly different from a regular undergraduate, but some of the things still apply to you. So I will speak on the duration, registration, minimum and maximum workload, and as the outline there shows. So let's go to duration of studies in the University of Cape Coast. So if you are, let's say it doesn't apply to you, but I'm just mentioning, the university runs a lot of programs, and then we have 6-year program, we have 4-year program. And you sandwich students, most of you are doing 4-semester sandwich, which is actually 2 years. And then some of you are also doing 3-semester programs. So as you can see, that's what we have on this on the slides. 4-year program and the credit hours that you are required to do. And as I said, this one doesn't really apply to you, but then yours is 4 semester. I'm talking about the undergraduate student here, 4-semester program, and then 3-semester program. Some are even doing 2-semester program. For registration, I know the dean spoke about registration, and a colleague from IT office will also come and speak on registration. So I'll just mention that before you register, you need to have paid your fees. You need to pay your fees, and you have to register before every semester. It is very important, please. So you take note of that. If you are a fresh student, if you have not paid your fees in full, you cannot register. And then continuing students can also register after payment of their fees. And we have penalties for late registration, as you can see. And no student will be allowed to register after the 3rd week of reopening. And so you have to take note of that. Registration is very, very important. We are having a lot of challenges with that. So I will encourage you to register at the beginning of every semester, please. And then adding, auditing, and dropping. I'm sure this one we can skip. It doesn't really apply to you. And so minimum and maximum workload. As sandwich students, you are supposed to do 15 minimum credit, and then the maximum is 18. So for 2 years, like what is the minimum workload for a full-time regular student is 15 credits for a semester, and then the maximum is 18 credits. But as I said, sandwich, yours is usually 15 credit hours. The Dean of Graduate Students spoke about change of name, and it also applies to undergraduate students as well. You see, always we want to use the name that you entered the university with throughout the period or duration of your study. So if you came with, let's say, Grace Emisa on your document, the document that you used to apply your certificate and then WASI result and all that, that is the name that you will be exiting the university with. We don't expect that you come and tell us that you have sworn an affidavit that now your Grace Emisa has turned to maybe Hannah Wood, so we should change your name. It doesn't apply, and the university will not do that. As the dean said, as for women who contract marriages during the period of your study, you can apply for change of name, so your husband's name will be added. And then that one you also have to support with the necessary documents like marriage certificate and then gazette. But I will always say that I wish you don't even do that. If you contract marriage and you want to, it's not really necessary, because we have issues where some women have come, asked for change of name, and then later they will come back and say that I am divorced, I don't want to see this name on my certificate. And it's becoming a challenge for the university. Yeah, so we always advise, even though it's permitted, we always advise that you keep your name for your academic, credentials, keep your name for the sake of your academic program. You can always use your spouse's name wherever you go. But if you so wish, the university will do it for you. But as I said, don't come back that we should remove that name again. However, if there is a mistake, the spelling of your name, you can come for a change, at least to correct the mistake. And that one you need to support with your birth certificate and the relevant document. And if there is a mistake with the arrangement too, it can be done. And then change of date of birth can also be done, but you need to have a proof of, with the birth certificate. You just can't come and say that maybe I was, the date of birth on the application is 1980 now. Change it to 1990 without any supporting documents. So you need to also observe that. And class attendance policy. Even though you are in the university and you are on your own, but there is a policy on class attendance that you need to attend classes before you even be allowed to take your end of semester examination. So if maybe you are reading a 1 credit hour course, you don't have to miss 3 hours of that course. And then 2 hour credits, you don't have to miss 6 hours. 3 hour credits, you don't have to miss 9 hours. If you do and you are caught, the lecturer or the university can ask you not to write the end of semester exam because you have not fulfilled this policy. So you also need to take note of that. You need to attend lectures, please. So deferment of program. Dean also mentioned deferment, and it's also allowed, but you need to have stayed in the university for 1 year before you can defer your program. And deferment, you have to route it through your head of department, to your faculty, to the college, and then finally to the director of academic affairs for consideration. Withdrawal or dismissal from the university. Indeed, students can be withdrawn or dismissed based on poor academic performance and other, issues. And so if you are not performing well, especially if you get below 1.0 as an undergraduate student, the university can withdraw you. You can be withdrawn from the university, so you take note of that. And then based on maybe a student may be dismissed or rusticated for academic or even non-academic reasons. On disciplinary grounds, you can also be rusticated or dismissed. And so please take note of that. But if a student is dismissed or withdrawn based on academic non-performance, you can come for readmission. Oh, okay. So maybe the program that you selected at first, you are finding it difficult to pass that program. You can come for readmission and we change the program for you based on your result anyway, your qualification. Okay. So time limits for the completion of programs. I mentioned duration earlier, and this is the time limit. So let's say if you are doing a 6-year program like medicine and other stuff, it doesn't apply to you anyway. You have 2 more years in addition to complete. And so that will be 8 years. After the 8 years, you cannot. So you can't defer and go and stay at home and come back later after the 2 years and say that I am back. It doesn't work like that. If you are doing a 4-year program, it's the same thing. So those of you doing 4-semester program is like 2 years. So you have 2 more years to complete your program. If you are doing 3-semester, or it's also 2 years. So you have 2 additional years to complete your program. After the 2 years, it means you forfeit your degree program. And the grading system is the same, 40% continuous assessment and 60% end of semester examination. And so that's the interpretation. The grading system for the university. 80 to 100 is A. And then 75 to 79 B plus, 70, 74 B, 65, 69 C plus, and as you can read. And 49 or below is E. It means you have failed and you have to resit that paper. So that's how we compute the grading system. Then the degree classification, we have, as you can see, from 1.0, if you get 1.0 to 1.9, means you are going home with a pass. And then 2.0 to 2.4 is 3rd class. 2.5 to 2.9, lower. 3.0 to 3.5 is upper. And then 3.6 to 4.0 is 1st class. Cancellation of awards. So, somebody may ask, so can my award be cancelled? Yes, it can, based on the following, reasons. If a candidate entered the university with false qualification, or impersonated someone, or had been guilty of an examination malpractice, or there are other reasons that would have led to the withholding of confirmation of the award. Based on these, reasons, your award can be cancelled. So if you are here and you entered with a fake result, and I'm sure you must be packing. When you go back, start packing, because you may go through the process, and at the end of the day, if you are caught, your award will be cancelled. Okay, so I think these are just few areas in the academic policy. The student handbook will be given to you, and there are a number of policies there that you can read. I thank you for your attention.
All right, so we've listened to a series of presentations, beginning with the regulations for junior members, the academic programs and policies for graduate studies, and the one for undergraduate studies. We would now open the floor for questions, and then my panel members here would give answers to them, after which we will take another series of presentations. So if you have a question for on any of the presentations made so far, kindly come up to my left, maybe the first five students on the presentations made so far. So shall we have the first five? So when you get the microphone, let's know your name, your program, and then the question.
Thank you very much. I want to find out. My name is Maxwell Owusu. I'm doing the labor studies. I want to find out from Prof. Apak. Prof, those of us here, in terms of assigning us to a Hall of Residence, we did it with the help of our department. Are you going to be assigned like maybe Maxwell, you belong to, let's say, Ogwa Hall or ATL and others? I didn't hear that in your presentation. Kindly throw light on it for me, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yes, let's know your name, your program, and then the question.
I'm called Abechim Emilia from the Upper East Region. I'm a MPhil top-up student. My question goes this way. In case I'm not able to complete my thesis per the time limit given to me, am I supposed to repay school fees for that? That's the first question. Then, as a top-up student, MPhil, in case I'm not able to finish my thesis on time and my colleagues are graduating, are they to wait or until everyone is done before the graduation will take place?
Oh, please, let's give her the audience to complete her question.
That's my question.
Madam, please, are you done? Are you done? Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. My name is Osei Bonsu, BSc Nursing Sandwich, level 300. So I want to ask a question. So during our orientation, there was a bit of misunderstanding as to the duration of our course. And when we inquired, they said that they were going to speak to the leaders for them to bring us the information. So on our admission letters, it was stated clearly that we are going to do a 2-semester BSc Sandwich Nursing. And then we remember that for our seniors, on their admission letters, most of them said that it was a 3-semester. So we wanted to know, is that maybe a mistake, or realistically, as some of my colleagues here really want that to happen, That's that they will do a 2-semester nursing course for the Sandwich. That is the first one.
What program are you
BSc,
BSc
nursing, Sandwich. Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay.
And which other orientation were you referring to?
Our online orientation.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah, please go on.
Okay. And then the second question is, I want to ask, I think in your last submission, our dear madam said that when we are issuing the admission, somebody can probably enter with a fake result or something, and the person might go through the process. So I want to clearly ask, for the sake of some people who made an inquiry. Someone applied, assuming someone applied with a certificate, and then the person submitted the transcript and the certificate to the office of the School of Nursing, and then the person was given the admission, irrespective of the fact that the person had a certificate. But we know that if you want to apply for the nursing, you apply with a diploma. So I wanted to know that, can people with certificates also apply and also receive admission to do the BSc, or that one can be a mistake? And if the person has applied and has started doing the course, if it is not in the system of the school that the person should be awarded admission, what is the process of refund of the fees or something, so that the person will be able to know what to do? Oh, please,
well
calm
understood.
down.
I think the question is loaded, but we'll try and answer you.
You say you did not get the question? No, because the person applied. The person applied. Please, let me say this. The person applied with a certificate and the transcript. The person was given admission. So that means that if the person was given admission, in a natural way, it means that the person, qualifies for the admission, if I am right. So if we come back into the system, maybe the person has gone through the system and is about to graduate, and then you are doing a scanning, and then maybe you realize that this person applied with the wrong certificate. Does that mean that the person will have to forfeit all the works, or there's a mode of operation to be able to rectify that?
Right, well understood.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, my name is Simon Asaman Agazere. My name is Simon Asaman Agazere, an MPhil student for Social Studies Education. My question has to do with adding and dropping of courses. The last presenter made mention that the adding and dropping of courses doesn't apply to us. But there are instances where some of our colleagues, during the registration process, made mistakes and registered more than necessary courses. Instead of 2 courses, they registered 3. And that has to do with geography and history in our program. If you were to register for history, you register 2 courses. If we are going for geography, the same. But some registered, say, 2 courses for history and another 1 or 2 from the geography. And then
I think your question is clear. You want to know whether adding and dropping of courses applies to Sandwich students. Is that not it?
Come again, please.
You want to know whether adding and dropping of courses applies to Sandwich students.
Yes, whether it's possible.
It's clear. So
Right.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
My name is Mary Osa Edibofuanseri, BSc Medical Lab. Please, mine is about deferments. For Sandwich BSc, we have 4 semesters, say 2 years. So assuming when I finish the first year and I had an emergency, I have to go outside for maybe a year or 2. Please, if I come back, do I have to come and continue or come and reapply or?
Please, what do you mean by outside?
No.
No, that's okay. We understand you perfectly. So thank you.
Please, what I mean about, maybe I have to travel to the UK or Canada for something. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I have one question, but on her case, just before she sits down, you say an emergency. That is relative. You say when you say emergency, the university will only permit you to defer a program if there is proof that it is actually an emergency that is preventing you from continuing your course, particularly with your health. And there must be evidence. You don't come and say, oh, I have an emergency. No. If it is an emergency that is health related, the doctors there should be some medical report that tells us clearly that because of this condition or that condition, you cannot continue until you are well. Then the university will look at that. But not when you want to go and do some, we call it galamsey. You want to go and do some small galamsey and get some money. That is not an emergency. And I'm not sure we will also wait for you. I mean, because you can't eat your cake and have it. You either stay here and finish and go and look for your money, or you can decide to go. We will also move on. Anyway, so to the question on affiliation. Yes, unfortunately, because of your short stay on campus, we don't affiliate you. But we are discussing it. As Sandwich students, I think it's something we have to consider. Because you also need to belong to a hall. And that in itself it makes you proud. So we're just discussing that, and I'm sure we will look at it and then get back to you. Okay? Thank you. So you can be reaffiliated, but that doesn't mean we'll give you a bed in the hall. Even the regular students, they are all affiliated, but not all of them are in the halls of residence, because our beds in the halls will not suffice every student. So we'll affiliate you. You may be lucky to get accommodation. If we are able to do that, we'll affiliate you. You may be able to get accommodation in your hall of affiliation, or you could go to another hall that can take you and have space to take you in, because the halls too we need people so that we can make money. Our dean said it. You see, the university, yes, we are running on money. So we need you. Those of you who are in the diaspora, please come to the halls. Come. We need you in the halls of residence so that we can, it's even safer there. Some of you will even get internet there, depending on how close your hall is to the center. Please come. And then let's pay the money to us. Don't give it to the private hostels.
Okay, thank you. A gentleman wanted to find out whether he could get his refund. And so if you are making an application, you should be very careful the kind of document you upload. So you have the knowledge that your documents are fake. You went ahead, uploaded them on the system. Now we have a unit that checks our certificates, applications. And when we do, and you are caught, you just ask you to go without any refund, because you knew that the document that you were uploading were fake. And so if it comes that you also contributed in uploading that document, then of course there's nothing like a refund for you. So that is why when you do the application, at the last page, you need to accept that you certify that the information provided by you are true. Yes, and so please be careful the kind of information. Our system is very dynamic, and we can just track those who have uploaded fake ones. So if you are in that category, just own up before you are caught.
Yes, so on deferment, the grounds for which you are requesting for deferment must be solid, must be reasonable for us to admit it. In the policy, the one reason that will require documentation is deferment on medical grounds. So if the deferment is on medical grounds, we will ask for documentation. But if you say that it's because of financial reasons, we will not be able to ask you to give any evidence. But once you mention medical grounds, we expect you to give us documentation to that effect. The documentation must be certified by the Director of Medical Services of the university. And therefore, if you secure a report from outside the university, it's incumbent on you to bring it to the Director of University of Cape to certify it for the Director of Academic Affairs to accept it. And so that is on the deferment. On the dropping and the adding, we receive a number of requests for unintended programs that were registered. Later, we investigate and we find out that it's genuine. We are able to assist the student in that regard. But we will advise that take your time, make sure that you read the instructions, the programs, because your draws will give the maximum number of credits and the minimum number of credits that you are supposed to have for the semester, and you should be aware of all that so that you don't make unnecessary mistake. Let me give to head of admissions to answer the issue about the semesters. Lessons.
Okay, thank you very much. So for the nursing program, the duration is 3 semesters, 3 sandwich semesters. That's the duration. So if it's different on your admission letter, kindly come to the Directorate of Academic Affairs so we can look at it. But I'm not sure it's wrong on the admission letter. But if it is, please come to the Directorate of Academic Affairs. It's supposed to be 3 sandwich semesters. And then I think that will be it. For the adding and dropping. Okay, right. Thank you.
Yeah, so for the lady who wanted to find out whether if she's not able to finish her thesis, her colleagues will be waiting. I think you are here to get a certificate for a reason. And the job market is full of, is urgent. That time is very precious. So if for a reason you couldn't finish, those who have met all the requirements will be processed to graduate. As and when you finish yours, then you are also processed. So there is no situation where because you are not done with your thesis, we should hold the rest of the class waiting for you. It doesn't happen like that anywhere in this world. So please, work hard and graduate with your mates. Thank you.
All right. So there was no question on registration. But let me make the point that the university has taken a strong stand on registration. That if you don't register, you don't just you don't qualify to even sit in the lecture theater, let alone be allowed to write end of semester examination. And so once you come in, if you have any issue militating against your registration, kindly let us know and let us help you. But subsequently, make sure that it is something that you cannot run away. I tell students that one thing that distinguishes university students from students of second cycle is that for university, for every semester, you need to register to be part of that semester. And you have to do it anytime you are beginning the semester. If you don't do that, we will not allow you to write the end of semester. And in fact, we might take it even higher to make sure that if you are not a registered student, you don't sit in the lecture theater, because even receiving the lecture is a service that we are rendering, and you must pay for the use of the air condition, the use of the fan and all that. So it's very, very important. Make sure that you pay your fees. If for some reason, especially not for the freshers like you, but second year, for some reason you cannot make full payment through the SRC, sometimes we have discussions to lower the bar for you to make some percentage payment for the first semester. And when you come for the second semester, you continue the rest. But make sure that whatever contract that or arrangement that you will sign up to, you will do your part. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director. That brings us.
Okay, so for the second part, usually if you are not able to submit your thesis, so let's say for you are expected to finish next year and you are not able to submit the thesis, you have up to the next academic year. If you come beyond that time, you pay fees. And as for the amount you pay, I cannot tell you. It's usually calculated by the finance department. So once you are out of, you have that grace period till the next academic year starts. It means you are starting another academic year. You pay. Okay? So work hard. The bottom line, work hard so that you can finish within time. Thank you.
That brings us to the end of the first set of questions for our orientation. We'll zoom into the next series of presentations, but before I introduce the next speaker, I want us to acknowledge the presence of the SRC President of the University of Cape Coast in the person of Mr. Kwame Ntiamwa Intim. We'll now take our next presentation on registration issues. And we welcome Mr. Kenneth Owuyao to take us through the presentation.
Good morning. Yes. So, before you can register, you're expected to check from your department courses that are mounted for you to register. You don't just register your courses. Somebody was asking if you register a wrong course. You have to check from your department the courses you are supposed to register before you do the registration. And so the first point, of course, is that you need to check from your department if the courses are mounted. If courses are not mounted, go to your department registration and examination officer for him or her to do his or her part, and then you can also do your part. So know your major that you are supposed to do to guide you when you are registering. And then if you have, once you have come, you are going to have issues like IC and others. And so if you have issue like IC, where do you go? The first point, of course, is your lecturer, then to your department registration examination officer, then to your faculty examination officer, then finally to academics, student records. At least if the three could not solve, then you go to student records for assistance. Those of you who have receipt, which I pray that you don't get receipt, but some people will eventually fall. So when you fall, again, your receipt you have to register. And then if the result is not captured, you need to also see your lecturer in question. You go to the draw. If it's not there, then the faculty exams officer. The letter said that no registration, no examination. If you don't register, it means that you're not part of the student who can write examination. So please, no registration, no examination. Now, what are the services that you can get from the portal? You are saying that your personal details are there. Please, when you open your portal, can you check your personal details? Some of you, when you're applying and you don't have a middle name, you use not applicable A, N, and A. If you put in N and A there, it will become part of your name. So you see, Linda, N.A. Asari. Please, if you know that the N.A. is not part of your name, kindly prompt academics so that the necessary corrections are made. I hope you are getting it. Because when you're applying, you have column for first name, middle name, last name. And some of you, because you don't have middle name, you put in the N.A. And please, if you put in N.A., as I said, it will be part of your name. So the details tells you the names you have there. Kindly check and then make the necessary corrections as soon as possible. Don't wait till you are graduating, then you come and say that, oh, my name is wrongly spelled. No. After your names, you don't tamper with it. Whatever you uploaded is whatever we work with it. So please make sure you check to see if your names are correctly arranged in the system. Then you can also reset your password for e-learning. E-learning facility is also there, so you can reset your password there. Then, as I said, you verify your details. Some of you just register and go. You register and go. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you know that your names are not properly written. You have some wrong spelling, yet you go ahead and register. Please make sure corrections are made before, as soon as possible. And then you can also get past questions from the portal. Past questions, you can get it from the portal. You can request past questions from the portal, so note it. Then, through SRC, you are given some MTN bundles. You can also, you can access it from the portal. The president is here. He's not there. Okay, no problem. So, new arrangement will be made for the bundle, so you will still have. Again, you can check your results. That's the statement of result. And for now, you don't have any result to check because you are yet to register. Go for lectures, write exams, and then you can check your result. So for now, you can check result. And again, we also assess the lecturers. That's a survey. When you're about writing examination, those who taught you are supposed to assess them. And I want to urge you to do fairly. Don't run away from assessing them. Please do assess them. If it is good, it's good. Bad. So that Manuel can improve on the services that we render to you. So note it. Then registration. That is where you can go and register your courses. We'll get there. And then you can check your fee that you have paid. And the amount may be left to be paid. You can see it there when you go to fees. And those of you who come and you follow ladies and guys, some of you may need counseling. So if you come, this too short period, some people go and cook. Whilst you are cooking, the guy is learning. And by the time you realize you are getting trails. And again, you are likely to be told that I'm not more interested. That is where the heartbreaking takes place. And so, when it takes place, then you need counseling. You can get a counselor to calm you down so that you can finish your program. Oh, we have a lot, a number of them. But where we sit, you can see the result telling you that this person has a problem. And so please, I don't want to urge you to go there. Within a short period, just learn and go. You can get them out there. Then, before an exam, you need to have your timetable. So the system also assists you with your timetable, the date and the time and the venue where you are going to write the exam. You can access on your portal. So these are some of the fun. And if you have any other questions that you need to ask, we have frequently asked questions there to assist you. And finally, you can also reset your password. You can reset, in case you forget the password, you have a facility to assist you to reset your password. Now, to register your courses, we are saying that you can activate any browser of interest. It can be Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Opera, Brave, or Mozilla. Any of them, you can launch it. Now, when you launch it, then you type the address at the address bar, and the address is portal.ucc.edu.gh. And so that's what you have to provide. And then, when you finish, press the enter key, then you provide your registration number and the password, because already we have sent you those information, your number and your password, unless you have not paid your fees. If you have not paid your fees, don't expect registration number, neither a password. So once you have paid and you get your system, you get a feedback with your registration number and password. And those of you who have issues, we can address them when we are done. So when you launch it, this is where you will be. And so if you have not registered yet, we can launch it for me so that as I do the presentation, we go through together. So when you launch it, it will ask you for your registration number and the password. So please, if you have not launched it, just kindly launch it. If you have done your registration, fine. Even right now, whilst you're on your bed, you can register. So one of the days where people use stones to form a queue, today you can be in your room and register. So you provide your, go back. So you provide your registration number and then password, and then you hit the enter key. I mentioned all these are the things that you can find there. You can find all these services that I mentioned there. Please, have you launched it? Or you are through the registration? Okay, so let's go, sir. So on the sidebar, you see these items there. And today our focus is on registration, so let's go to registration. Wait, here, as I said, so you can, those of you who need counseling, as I said, you look for the number of the counselor, you send your number, there'll be communication, and then you can go and see him or her. But don't go there. Yeah, let's go. So as I said, you can check your result, but for now, you don't have any result. That is why you see the empty. You don't have any result there to check. Okay, so this is where you will be for the registration. We have click to view the procedure for registration. We have made it available on your portal. You can go through the procedure. Now, when you are done through the procedure, you now click on go to registration. That is where the registration will be activated for you to register. And when you have finished registration, you have to print a copy for safekeeping, or you can save a copy to save. Please make sure you have a copy there. Get a file, keep a copy of your payment, and keep a copy of your registration. Very, very important. So when you click on go to registration, this is where you will be. Please make sure you know your major. If you are doing nursing, you see nursing there. If you are doing nutrition, nutrition will be there. If you are doing agric and extension, you see agric and extension there. So make sure the major is selected, and when it is selected, you click on submit. Now, please, if you go there and there's nothing showing, it is either your level is wrong or the registration officer has not mounted the course for you. So once the major is created and the courses are mounted, it will be active here. So if it's not active, you have to go to your department first. If you go and you are told that for him or her, he has done his part, then you can pass by MIS where we can assist you. In that case, it can be the level, and therefore we can assist you there. But you have to go to the department registration examination officer first for him or her to check if he or she has mounted his part. If not, he or she will do, and then you continue. So once you submit, the courses that you are supposed to do in a semester will pop up. So please check. Some are blue, some are black. The blue ones are the core courses you are supposed to do. The blue ones are the core courses you are supposed to the compulsory courses you're supposed to do. And if you have any other course to add, that's the elective or optional course that you can add. That is where some of you make mistake. So you check, so this course, for example, all of them are blue, meaning that every student is supposed to do these courses. And so here, when you get here, you'll see that you have the code, the course code is there, check the course title, and then check the credit hours. You check these components. You realize that for now, under the quota, there's nothing there. When you register, the right hand side will change. It will indicate that you have, you see a check mark indicating that it's registered. Until you see it, you have not registered, please. For now, you can see some of you, what happens is that when they see the courses that they are supposed to do and they are the same, they just leave. If you don't click here, it means that you have not registered. And you go up and down, exams timetable, your name will not be there. Class list, your name will not be there. So please, when you get here, make sure you click on register compulsory courses and continue. You click on it. And when you click on it, this is what is going to happen. So you realize that you can now see check marks by each of the course. It tells you that you have registered those courses. And then to tell you how many credit hours we are doing as a minimum credit hours and then maximum. So for this student, for example, the minimum set for him was 18, maximum 21, and he's doing 21 credit hours. So please check the credit hours that you are doing before you proceed. So once you see the check marks, it tells you that those courses have been what? Registered. And then it will ask you to view and print better courses. So when you go there, your beautiful faces will pop up. Let's go. So until you get here, you have not finished registration. You have to see your beautiful face there. If you're ugly too, it will be there. So you see your face, you see the registration number, your program, your name, your course title, your major, all of them will be there. And the course that you have registered will also be there, telling you how many credit hours you are doing. So when you get here, you then print a copy to save. Now we don't take a copy. You either save a copy for safekeeping for reference tomorrow, or you can print a copy and save it. No. Go back one. Yeah, so the icon at the very top, on top of the logo, is a print icon. You click on it, and a copy will be printed for you. And then I said you have to keep, you save it, or you keep it for your own reference tomorrow. When you go through this and when you print the copy, then you are now done with registration. Thank you. When you are done with the registration, you make sure that you click on log out and then you leave. Anytime you finish, please can you log out? When you are done, you log out. I'll pause here. If you have any question, you ask. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Owiya, for your presentation. As I indicated earlier, we'll take the series of all presentations, and at the end of it all, there will be time for questions and answers. We'll move on to our next presentation on gender and sexual harassment. But before I introduce our speaker, let's acknowledge the presence of the President of the Graduate Students Association of Ghana in the person of Mr. Gideon Kwanzaa. So I shall invite Ms. Yvonne Ajaklo to take us through the presentation on gender and sexual harassment.
All right, good morning, everybody. I hope you are doing well, and congratulations. This is UCC. You are very, very, very much welcome. So my name is Yvonne Doji Ami Ajaklo. I'm the coordinator for advocacy and outreach. for the Center for Gender Research, Advocacy and Documentation, CEGRAD for short. So today I'm here to talk to you about gender issues on campus. Yeah, I think that would be better. All right, but before I do so, I would like to talk a bit about us, give you a little information about CEGRAD. We are actually a non-teaching center within the university, and our vision here is to ensure that we create a safe, creative, and inclusive space where gender and women's rights are fully protected. And one of our core values includes creating a gender equal and inclusive learning and work environment. And because of this, we try as much as possible to educate people to become gender sensitive and gender competent too as well. And because of that, again, we have so many activities at the end of the academic year. It runs through the academic year, actually. One of it is what I'm doing currently with you here, to actually educate you on gender issues and how to be able to take care of yourselves and then know what your rights are and know the appropriate quarters where to report to if there are issues with harassment, abuse, and all that. And then we also do a few campus state bits. This is one of our campus state bits as I'm standing here. We also have outreaches outside the university, and then even within the university, we also have programs such as workshops and even time with ATL and all that. And okay, sorry. I hope everybody can hear me. I'm so sorry. I've been coughing. I don't want it to go. My sincerest apologies to everybody. I have a little cold, so sorry about that. I hope it's clearer now, right? That is better. Thank you so much for drawing my attention, seniors. So CEGRAD is actually a very CEGRAD is actually a very safe space for you. If you have any issues or you have problems concerning harassment, abuse, rape, relationship issues, it could even be family issues that you feel might disrupt your learning abilities and capabilities. So we are there. That's why you can see the issue of confidentiality. If you come there and you tell us or you talk to us about issues and we provide you with the help that you need, we don't go and spread your news. It is what? Confidential. We don't go and give details to people about anything that you do. So I'm going to continue after telling you all this to give you a little information on the issue of gender. I think that a lot of people misconstrue what gender is as sex. Gender literally, I know everybody has been using literally all the time, and it's about the role, the culturally assigned roles that what is given to you, and because of that you are socialized within your community or within your society to become what? One, right? But sex has to do with what? Your biological what? Essence. So with that, most often than not, I try to give a classical example. If you are born a male, right, being a male is your sex, but your sex does not determine what your gender role should be at the end of the day. It is the society that will determine what that should be. Sex is always a fact, and then gender is what? Because it is culturally determined, it changes per every culture. Are we okay with that? So what it means is that if you are born a male in Ghana, even go as far as Fiji Islands or Japan, you still remain what? A male, right? And when you get to puberty, as a male, you'll be producing what? Sperms, right? There's no you menstruate as what? A female. Please, are we okay with that? That is your biological what? Essence. And it's a fact. It's by nature, right? But then we all know that science and then what technology is helping people to actually change that now. But regardless of that, by nature, you are born either what? A male or a female, right? But to actually become a woman or a man, those what attributes are determined by the culture where you are born in. Are we okay with that? So you may be born as a male in Ghana, but the societal expectation of you to become what? A man, okay, in the Ghanaian traditional setup would be different from if you were born in Japan. Are we okay with that? So those are the differences. But the point that we need to understand over here is that these culturally assigned roles, that is gender we are talking about, ends up or results in what we call power relations between men and then women, because it determines who can have access to what, who decides what, who does what, and who can actually what, gain something or not gain something, or who can be discriminated against or who cannot be discriminated against. And as I stated earlier on, these all vary across what, cultures. And then the fact that it also what varies across cultures also tells us that what, we all know that culture is also what's dynamic, right? Which means that it changes across what space and then what time. So what it means is that what the gender expectation of being a man, a Ghanaian man, 200 years ago is not the same as the gender expectation of a man currently. Please, are we okay? Because it keeps on what? Changing. Why? Because what? Culture is what? Dynamic. Are we okay with that? Great. And because of these, it leads to what we call gender what? Stereotypes, right? And anytime I say this gender stereotype to my students, I always will tell them that just think about it as you being a prophet, right? You know what prophets can do, right? They can predict your future and sometimes even predict your past, right? So gender stereotypes, they are literally widely what held beliefs about the characteristics, behaviors, roles, and even attributes that are typically what associated with what individuals based on what their cultures, right? So I can even see my sister here per her age and per what I believe I've been trained with as expectation of what a woman. I can see her and I can easily tell that she should know how to cook. Are we okay with that? And even at her age, I expect her to be married. And at her age, I expect her to have like 20 children by now, right? Right? And then I see our man in the smoke here too. Looking at him, he should be married, whether he's wearing a ring or not. At his age, he's old enough to be married. He should have impregnated about 2 or 3 women by now. Yeah. So in our Ghanaian traditional setup, the expectation of you being a man, right, has a lot of what beliefs attached to it. If you're a man, you have to be what? Strong. You have to be what? Bold. You have to be what? Courageous. You have to be brave. You have to be all of that, right? And then again, if you're a woman, there are so many things that are expected of you, right? Even to the extent of even how your body shape should be like. And that is actually pressuring a lot of people into going into plastic surgeries and whatever it is, just so that they can have the societal expectation of the Coca-Cola shape of a what? Of a woman, right? Great. So these are what we call what? Gender what? Stereotypes. Just by being informed by what you already have been socialized with, and your expectations, you should be able to even project those beliefs and expectations on what? Another what? Person. So I think I've already stated these, that men are supposed to be what? Strong. They are supposed to be aggressive. So just imagine if you're a woman and then you are strong and then aggressive, right? They'll give you a name, Eboa. Yes, and what would the name be? Tomboy. And I say, And then if you're a man, you are not supposed to be what? Emotional, right? If you're a man and you're emotional, then what happens? Yes. Because for a man, you're supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be a provider, right? You're supposed to be a protector. So at the end of the day, even if you marry, you're expected that you should be the one renting the house or have built the house for the woman to come and what? living, right? So if it is the opposite, how do we call that man? Salome, right? Amazing. But you know, sorry. The unfortunate thing about these gender stereotypes is that what they do at the end of the day is to reinforce traditional notions of masculinities and what? Femininities. So it means that even if you're not like that, you have to be like that because you don't want to be out of what? Contest. Are we okay? So if you're a man and then all of a sudden you like to play with dolls and all that, in the Ghanaian traditional setup, if you don't take care, your parents will think that you've been demonized. And you need some deliverance at the end of the day, right? Because you don't fit exactly into what? The societal what? Expectation of what? Being a man or what? Being woman. Now that we are here, we are also supposed to look at a few concepts too as well. The issue of what? Diversity and the issue of what? Inclusivity, right? We are all here. We are coming from so many backgrounds, right? And diversity literally refers to the presence of a wide range of what? Issues and experiences within a group, organization, or even what? A community. What it means is that at the end of the day, as we are all here, we are coming from all different what? Walks of life. Some of us are Evers, some of us are Gans, some of us are all that, others are tall, others are slim. Others have different what? Capabilities. But you know, at the end of the day, that is what makes us all very beautiful and holistic in the sense that everybody have their own areas of what? Strength. And we need to build upon that and we need to recognize that. And we should not base on that to discriminate against anybody. Please, are we okay? Because this is a university of equal choices and equal opportunities. So you are not given the right, or you don't have the right to discriminate against anybody just because you feel that that person does not have a particular strength, a particular what? Capability. That is not your responsibility. Then the issue of what? Inclusivity, right? Ensuring that what? All these diverse people feel what? Part, important, that they have part or roles to play within the community. I know that some of you will be meeting your group members, you know, you'll be having group discussions, you go to class and all that. Some of the courses you may not be doing so well, right? And others are doing well. But because of the issue of inclusivity, you know your strength, you share that. Your colleagues who also know their strength, they also share that, so that at the end of the day it becomes what? A holistic what? Thing. Are we okay with that? So I'm trying to educate you on the fact that you are coming from different backgrounds and you should respect that. If somebody is a Muslim, respect that, and you are not, it's fine. If somebody is an atheist and you are a Christian, please respect that. This is not the place for you to come and what? Discriminate against anybody based on race, religion, gender, or whatever it is. And then as I'm standing here from Gender Center too, it is very important for you to also understand that this is a university with equal what? Choices and what? Opportunities. Don't judge anybody, don't discriminate anybody, especially based on the person's what? Gender. Please, are we okay with that? Great. Yes, so as you are here, you are going to have a lot of relationships, right? The moment I say relationships, some of you are thinking of romantic ones. Yes, it is also part of it. But relationship with your superiors, your course mates, your roommates, your study mates, and all that. It is very important for you to know that everybody is coming from different backgrounds, and there's the need for what? Courtesy, and then there's the need for you to also be what? Polite. Please, are we okay? This is also like a job world. You don't know who you are going to meet in the future who will help you. Please, are we getting it? I used to tell the undergraduates that, see, from level 100, the people you meet at the university, they are literally your lifelong friends. Whether you like it or not, they are stuck with you until the day you die. Why? Because if you like, just complete school. When you go back to your community, they are there. If you go to church, they are there. If you go to your workplace, they are there. And sometimes if you don't take up, you end up seeing one particular person every day for the rest of your life. Why? Because you ended up marrying them. So you have to be careful the way you deal with everybody here. Always be kind, always be courteous, be polite too as well. Because at the end of the day, you have no clue. We have ministers coming from here, we have presidents coming from here, and all that. You have no clue what the future holds for you. So as we are talking about relationship, one very important thing is the issue of what? communication and what? Consent. It is very important that you are always clear when it comes to communication, right? Everything, and that is where that you get to also tell people or alert people of what your values are, of what your beliefs are. Just don't assume that just because of the way you are, or just because somebody is in the room and then the person knows that you're a Christian, the person should know your values. No, please. So if you feel there's something wrong somewhere, use your communication to clearly what? Explain what your beliefs are, what your do's, what your don'ts are. Let people know that so that they don't what? Cross that at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, healthy relationships are about knowing what your values are and being able to what? Also communicate them constructively. Are we okay? Great. Let's talk about the issue of what? Consent. And for consent, what it actually means is what? Willingly giving permission through words or actions for something to actually what? Happen, right? Consent. Please get it from here. Silence does not mean what? Consent. The fact that somebody is silent doesn't mean that, yes, I have consented or I have agreed. So please, if out there you believe that, in University of Cape Coast, we don't believe that. If somebody is quiet, it doesn't mean that the person is saying yes. Please, are we okay with that? And anytime I say that, people are like, oh, you are trying to sit on our happiness. Please, we are trying at the end of the day to protect you from yourself, from making anything that is from committing any mistakes here. Great. And then it is very important for us to note, before I go to the UCC sexual harassment issues, it is very important for us to know that consent has to be verbal, it has to be clear, it has to be affirmative, and then what? Enthusiastic. And for it to be what? Valid, it has to be done where there is no unpaired judgment. Please, are we okay? So if somebody says, oh yes, don't worry, I'll do it, but you realize that the person is actually sleepy, the person is not in the right frame of mind, the person is not sober to actually think reasonably and give you a response. If the person is also drunk and the person said yes, you'll be held accountable later on. If the person is on drugs, if the person is drowsy, if the person is on red. That person has does not have an unpaired judgment, right? So make sure that whoever gives you consent is of the right frame of mind, is sober, and can actually reasonably give you the consent that you actually need. And because of that, I need you to understand that not saying no, okay, does not mean a yes, okay? So if you're not sure, please ask and let the person be verbal in giving you whatever the consent is. And if at any time, that's the unfortunate thing a lot of students feel, that once the person has said yes, it means that, oh, etiamuda, debi. No. Even in the act, if the person says, if I say act, you understand, right? Okay. Even in the act, even in the act, if the person says, no, I'll not do again, please don't do, okay? Please don't do what? Don't do. The last time one student asked me, hey, what if you are climbing up, you are about getting to the mountain top, and then somebody tells you that don't do? Will you be able to, at least the person should give you some 5 minutes to start slowing down? No. The moment you hear don't do, please don't do what? Don't do. Don't do. Somebody was even equating it to what? Driving in a car. Saying that, hey, what if you are driving 130, 160 kilometers and then they say stop? But please, it is for your own good. So please, the moment they say stop, you stop. Consent is not forever. It has expiration date. And I'll use this opportunity to explain to you what sexual harassment is. The definition that has been accepted by University of Cape Coast. It says that what? Any unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature, whether on a one-time basis or on a series of incidents that might cause offense, humiliation, awkwardness, or embarrassment, or that might reasonably be conceived as placing a condition of a sexual nature on employment, opportunity for promotion, great, etc. This, for us, we consider it as what? Sexual harassment. So if under any circumstance you find yourself in any of these situations, come and report the person to SEGRAD, and we'll take the person up for you on your behalf. Okay? Great. A lot of people are not responding to that. Some people will say, we like it. We've not come to complain to you that here. All right. So with that, let me give you a few scenarios, right? Just about 2 of them. So 1, is it okay to have sex with somebody if they are drunk? I didn't know Panada, no, didn't know. So what will you do? Eh? Obeje. So you could be persecuted. Ojia, because the person does not have what? Sound mind. Remember the consent that we gave you, the definition for consent, right? The person must not have any impaired what? Judgment. Are we okay? So the response is what? No. Why? Because a person cannot consent if he or she is drunk or high, or even threatened or coerced, okay? Or has certain disabilities. Let's take that also into consideration, right? Then the second scenario, does somebody's body language or action, okay, imply consent? For example, removing clothing, and initiating intimate touch. Does it give you the go-ahead? You are there, and then one day somebody opens the door, and then the person starts removing, everything. What should be your response? No. And for my men, you have to be extra careful, because it could be a whole movie scenario that is being played for you, and you decided to fall into it just because you say, oh, me too, I was there, and the person what? I didn't go to the person came and they started what? So it is no. Why is it no? Because consent must be expressed willingly through words. We put action there because it's the general definition. But for our students, we emphasize on what? Words. We emphasize on what? Words. The person must give you what? The consent verbally. And that verbally crowd has to be enthusiastic. The person must say it with some energy. With vim, as somebody was saying, to give you all the steez you need. Okay? Pardon? I just explained that part. Great. So let me give you a few descriptions between these 3 concepts. So obviously, sexual harassment, as I explained earlier on, is literally an unwelcome or an inappropriate conduct of sexual nature. Okay, and then we have sexual assault, and this one has to do with the situation where one person actually does not consent, and then the abuse is where there's power relation at play. Please, are we okay? So somebody can be a lecturer and then come to you because you're a student and you are afraid, and that person has more power over you. You may not be able to actually consent. That is what we call abuse of power. So please, it is very important for us to know 3 elements about sexual harassment. First, it's about the fact that the person who is the receiver gets to tell you that what you are doing, I feel I am being harassed. Over here, we are talking about the receiver's interpretation, okay? If the behavior is unwanted, you may think that, oh, it's okay. Oh, let me tap her on the back. But if she tells you that by tapping me on my back, that's where my feelings are. So don't touch me at my back. You must respect that, okay? So sometimes you may think that, oh, it is just a symbolic gesture. But please, it is if the moment the person tells you that I feel that this is a harassment, you must stop. And then the next one is what? The harasser's intention. Okay? That's why at the end of the day, somebody will tell you that, oh, I raped her because of the way she was dressed. Or I raped her because I found her at this particular. It's the intention. The person will see one that dream will say, you understand? Because we have people we call pedophiles. People who dress in bajukorons. We know bajukorons, right? People, the Arabians, they dress, you see how they dress. Yet, when it comes to issues of what? Harassment, they are actually the most harassed women on the planet. Meanwhile, they are not showing anything, no. Some even go as far as even covering what? Their eyes. Yes, they are being what? Harassed. Babies are being what? Raped. So at the end of the day, it's actually what? The intention what? To do so. And not necessarily how what? About how the person is what? Dressed. And then it affects at the end of the day. The effects could be emotional. It could even cause some form of physical injury. It could even create a hostile what? Environment for the person at the end of the day. Sexual harassment takes two forms. One is a hostile environment, okay? So if, for example, your course rep is sexually harassing you, or a particular senior member is sexually what? Harassing you, and the person comes for a lecture, how would that environment be like for you? You feel what? Unsafe, right? You feel that emotionally you are not in a place where you can find some peace of mind. And then there's the second what? Form, which is what? The quid pro quo code. That we refer to as what? Sexual what? Coercion. Somebody will come to you and tell you that, oh, if you give me one, I only want one round, I'll give you an A. Or you give me 2 rounds, and then I'll give you 2 A's. Or I don't know how the balancing and the marketing strategy goes. But this is what we call what? Sexual what? Coercion, or what? Sexual what? Quid pro what? Co. And guess what? In our Ghanaian society, right? And let me make this very clear. Please, the issues about sexual harassment is for both men and women. Okay? Men are also equally harassed, just as what? Women too are harassed. So if you're a man and you're harassed, please come and complain to us. There was a time I was saying this to a platform of students, and then one male got up and said that, but we have not come to complain to you. Which one is your problem? Please don't go around telling us. We like it. Don't go telling us to come and report. At the end of cry and buy it because we like it already. Please, if it's harassment, come and report to us, right? And as I stated earlier on sexual harassment, this is what is perpetuating it through our society. The first one is the notions of what? Gender. Oh, so wait, dear, or your bar. The person will what? Forcibly what? Consent, right? Or wait, your bema, me the men sack of fafanity, kakra, or sorry, and no. You understand? Notions of what? Gender. And the issue of what? Power relation, just as I've explained to you, your supervisors, your senior members, religious leaders, and all that, they can use their positions of power to actually what? Coerce you or manipulate you into consenting. And then the culture of what? Victim what? Blaming, which I think we all fall short at the end of the day. When something happens, when a sexual harassment happens, or even there's a rape case, what happens at the end of the day is that we end up judging. We'll be saying that, sense of and as I want to tadia wa she say wo frefre member no the down. Culture of what? Victim what? Blaming. Last time I was making an example that, see, if you sit in church most often than not, right, you realize that a lot of people will come to you selling things, right? Yes, especially when you are coming from Cape Coast. They will say, postner, yes, postner, right? And some will even poke it through what? The driver's window or whatever it is. And shove it in your face so that you should buy. But the question at the end of the day is that though they are shoving, do you bite it? You don't bite it because you know that when you bite it, there are what? Consequences. Right? The same also with what? Harassment too as well. And then finally, toxic masculine and what? Feminine what? Behavior. These are implicitly explained in the first what? Point. And as I stated earlier on, I'm from SEGRAD, and from my table, we've seen the issues of sexual harassment transforming. Now it's gone to the digital world. So we have something we call cyber what? Harassment. Over here, they have digital what? Technology that people use to actually harass people. Example is what? Sending unsolicited what? Text, right? And then what? Explicit what? content. Some people will be testing you throughout the entire day. Oh, I love you. You are beautiful. You are that. It is harassment. If you don't like it and you tell the person to stop and the person is not stopping, please come to us. We will trace the person. Yes, we do all that. Don't forget. We have a sexual harassment committee with a lawyer being the chairperson of the committee. So we will deal with such issues for you. Then the next one that we have seen is what we call cyber stalking. People are using AI to do so many things. They generate fake accounts, fake personas to harass people actually on social media. And some people are even using this particular AI platform called Deepfake. How many of you have heard of Deepfake? Okay, so it's an AI technology where you see that Mahama is talking all right, but it's not Mahama saying it. But the movements, the personality, the mannerism, the voice, and everything is Mahama speaking, but it's not. That's the technology we call deep fake. And some people will actually use that to blackmail the other person so that they can get them to sleep with them. So please be very, very careful of this particular thing. The next one is porn revenge. Or revenge porn, if you might say it that way. Some people, I don't know what happens, but during their sessions, and when I say session, you understand, right? Okay. During their sessions, they decide to record themselves. I don't know whether for assessments or evaluations, so that so that next time they can do better or whatever it is. So that they can do something. I don't know. But they do that. They are forgetting that at the end of the day, what will happen? Anything at all. The fact that you are sleeping with a person today doesn't mean that you end up together in the future, right? So if one decides to break up, one person can actually use that video to blackmail the other person. So, also be jame. You and I till death do us what? Part want to mean jame. What jame says here, video no me the two social media, the two Facebook. That is what we call revenge porn. So be very careful about that. Then the next one is internet doxing. Some people would take pictures of detailed pictures of themselves, detailed, intimate pictures of themselves, and then put it on put it in your WhatsApp, whatever, or test it to you, or whatever it is. This is a way of people getting people harassed at the end of the day. So the question is, what do I do? Please always remember, I always tell everybody this, always remember that the internet never You see what they do to our politicians, right? Let something happen right now. Somebody will go and pull up the video that you said something somewhere. How many years ago? And some people even add emojis and say that before, after, and all that. So be very, very careful what you put on the internet because it never forgets. Don't think that because you put it on your status and it disappears after 24 hours. So no, people can actually download all of that. So please just know that the internet never forgets, and because of that, you have to be mindful, one, of the information and the images you share with your colleagues, and then two, the people you even entertain on social media. Me, I always will give the example that I subscribed on, Facebook, 2009. Till now, my friends are 800 and something. I've not hit the 1,000 mark. Why? Because if I don't know you, if I've not spoken to you, if I've not had interaction with you, and you send me a Facebook request, I will not accept you. And people, I've had friendship requests from even fetish priest and the rest. Yes. So just imagine if I was just accepting. I'll accept people into my whatever, and then it will not. So please, be very, very careful with that. And then again, who you trust with your gadgets. You may think, I have a password on my phone, so it's okay, I can leave it behind, and then my friend can look after. You have no clue what your friend can do. Now technology can do things that are mind-blowing. So never take any of these for granted, right? I'm done. On campus, we work with the Office of the Dean of Students. We work with the police, the guidance and counseling, UCC Hospital, sexual harassment, they are all there. And then outside campus, we work with the police and DOFSU, the Chiraj, and all that. And this is where we are located. We are somewhere above this particular building. If you come to the last floor, we are there. We are adjacent the auditorium 900. And this is our phone number. It's also on WhatsApp. If you have any questions, any clarification, whatever it is, and you don't want to come there actually in person, you can WhatsApp us and then we'll give you a call, or if you want to, however would make the environment safer for you, we will try our best to actually do so. Thank you so much.
Shall we give her another round of applause? So that was gender and sexual harassment. Trust me, the presentation was very interesting, but that is not how you'll be laughing and smiling when you are caught for harassing somebody. So let's take note of all that she said, and let's make sure we are not caught by the law. That takes us to the next presentation on library services for students. We have Ms. Vida Mensah to take us through the presentation.
Dean of Students, permit me to stand on the existing protocol. Good morning. So my name has been mentioned already. I'm Vida Mensah, and I'm your Learning and Research Support Librarian. On behalf of the University Librarian and Library Management, I welcome you to the University of Competitive Choice. You made the right choice to be here. My responsibility here this morning is simple. I have to take you through what the library can get you. And so a brief of what we'll be looking at. Okay, so I have, I think, 3 teasers on the screen for you, but the one I'll talk about is one by Albert Einstein, and he says that the only thing that you need to know is to know the location of the library. You are here for academic work, and the library is there to assist you. You just need to know where the library can be found, and you can talk to us, right? Okay, so this is the library at a glance. On the average, when school is in session, we have about 5,000 visits. The library can, we are a system. We have the main library and satellite libraries, which I'll talk about, but the main library can seat 2,000 users at a time. It means we can seat all of you at a time. We have resources, print and electronic. We have over 200 educated staff who are professionals who can assist you. And we are one of the biggest academic libraries in Africa. The library is as old as the university. I don't want to bore you with the history, but I want you to know that we are as old as the university. So we've been in existence for long. And our collection, so please go back to the previous slide. Yeah, in 2012, the main library was named after the chancellor of this school, Sir Ison Jonah. And currently, we have a total collection of 227,414 volumes, and we subscribe to a substantial number of electronic resources as well. But we have the capacity to hold up to 750,000 volumes. Currently, our university librarian is Dr. Mark Anthony Kobler. Right. So we work with a vision, a mission, and we have core values. Our vision is to position the library to contribute to the academic and scholarly excellence of the university. Our vision is to provide access to high-quality scholarly information resources and innovative services. And like I said, we work with core values. We believe in teamwork and visionary leadership. We are very, very user-focused. We believe in partnership and we are very professional, and we consider ethical issues when it comes to providing information services. So the truth is that if you are looking for something and we don't have it, we have network with other sister universities across the globe, and we can help you get that information resource, right? We work with a structure, so we don't just do things haphazardly. We work with a structure. Right. So what are the functions? We exist to support teaching, we exist to support learning, and we exist to support research, which is the core mandate of the University of Cape Coast. In teaching, what do? We provide access to several information resources, and then we also provide some consultation services. When it comes to curriculum development, some faculty members liaise with that, so we can help them with resources that are credited. And then when it comes to learning, we provide expert assistance to students and other faculty members and researchers. We also have some technology and equipment that will assist you. When it comes to research, we provide expert services. Maybe you want to publish, you want a reputable journal to publish with, we can assist you with that. And then we also provide database management. We subscribe to a lot of academic databases that provide you with the scholarly publications to assist with your research work. And then we also have collaboration, and we do a bit of collaboration and community engagement. All right. Okay. Information resources and services we can give you. So scholarly information resources, both print and electronic. So like I mentioned earlier, we subscribe to electronic journals, we subscribe to electronic books. We have some open access resources that we can link you to. And then when it comes to print, we have resources on discipline from archaeology to zoology. Learning facilities, we have internet accessibility, we have some computers, they are not much but few, and then we also have some electronic gadgets that will help you. And then we also have some specialized services. So on the specialized services, we offer reference services, we also offer the human library services, we have the circulation services, research support services. Under the research supports, we'll help you with literature searches. We'll link you to publishing avenues and other databases that can help you get what you are looking for. And then we also do information literacy instruction. So we assist you to know how to do reference management so that when you are doing your research, you'll be able to cite your sources effectively so you wouldn't have any issues. Okay. So I've talked about this one already. There's something else we do. We help you to check your similarity index. So you do a project work, you do your assignments or your research work, and your supervisors say that I want you to check the similarity index to know you didn't plagiarize. So we subscribe to a software, we turn it through the software, and then we'll give you the similarity index. If it passed, you submit your work. If it doesn't, then you work on it before you are able to submit that work. And like I said, we take you through the reference management system as well. There are a few of the facilities we have in there. So this is the Knowledge Commons, and this one is a conducive learning environment for undergraduate students. So if you want to do your research work and you want a conducive environment, this facility is there for you. And then we have another one for the postgraduate students. We call it the Research Commons. That's also a conducive learning environment for research activities. Then we have the Social Learning Commons. This is a relaxed, steady environment for creative thinking, collaboration, and discussion. So if you want a relaxed place to do discussions, you can go here. And here too, we have few games available. So if you come and learn and you feel like you are tensed and you want to play a game, come, I'll take you through a dam of Ludo. My father taught me very well. I'll beat you to that. I can promise you that. Right. We also have discussion rooms. they are not much. So this one is on first come, first basis. You book in advance for a maximum of 3 hours. We give it to a group of 6 minimum. And then we also have a seminar room for thesis defense, seminars, and online meetings. That's also, you have to book in advance before. Right. Then the law library, this is also a place within the main library for those who are doing law. But then if you want information resource on law, you can go there and then they will assist you. Right. We also have a training room. So if you are a student group and you want a place for maybe training, you can consult it. If it's available, we'll give it out to you for the period. Right. We work with a policy. And so our users have what we call borrowing rights. If you are an undergraduate student, you can borrow a maximum of 6 books at a time for a period of 2 weeks, and is subject to renewal for another 2 weeks. You are not supposed to overkeep our books. That's why I have overdue there. So if you overkeep the book, it attracts a fine. It is not to punish you. If you overkeep the book, it means you are telling us that we should buy more of the books. So we'll take something from you to buy more of the books so others can also have access to the books. Right. So please do not overkeep our books. And it attracts a fine of 1 Ghana cedis per book per day. So the mathematicians, you can do your calculation. If you take 6 books from us and you overkeep it for 2 weeks, please do the calculation. Right. And then if you misplace a book, we encourage you to report to us. We'll give you time to look for it. If you are not able to find it within the time we give you, you come back and then we will have a communication on that one as to how to get a book back. Right. Automatically, this time if you are done, the system automatically clears you from the system. But if we have a resource with you, we will chase you for it. By God's grace, the ICT department is there. They will assist us to find you. So we'll get our resource back. So if you take anything from us, please bring it before you complete your course and then move away. Right. And so because we are a living organization, we have a few rules and regulations. I'll talk on few of them. I know some of us, we love to do markings and underline things when we are reading. But the books and the resources we have there, they are not your personal property. So you are not supposed to do that. Do not take pages out. If you want to make a photocopy, we have a photocopy section available. You can make a photocopy. Do not destroy the books for us. We don't encourage eating and drinking in the library. So food and drink, we call them agents of deterioration. Most of the resources we have there are prone to destruction when it gets into contact with water and sweets and other things. So please do not come with food. Not even remix. Please, do you know remix? A Bronin Cartier. Do not bring that, please. And then another thing to see, the library is for all of us. If you bring in food, you might infringe on somebody's rights. Why am I saying that? So I was in my office one day and somebody came to knock that, Madam, somebody is disturbing me. And then I went out to find out what the problem was. Apparently this young man had not eaten the whole day. He came to the library to come and study because exams was approaching. And you know the library study desk is face to face. So the neighbor came to put Don Simon, the bigger pack, on the table. And digestive biscuits, the bigger pack, by it. Sitting face to face. This one, Auntie Eunice and Sagrad will tell you that it's visual abuse. You don't do that. So please don't bring food to the library. Right. You are not supposed to come and borrow things for your friends. If somebody borrows, you can return it for the person, but you can't borrow for the person. Right. If you let somebody get access to your ID and the person comes to use it to borrow something, it will be charged to your name. And when we are looking for it, we will look for you. So please be careful. Right. We have a baggage room there. As much as possible, we encourage our users to come in with flat files. But then if you come with a bag, we don't encourage you to enter the library with your bag for security reasons. So we have a baggage room. When you send your bag to the baggage room, insist on an identification tag. We identify you by your tag. If you come back without a tag, we can't give you your luggage. So please insist on an identification tag before you leave. Our operational hours. So when school is in section, we work from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. When school breaks, from Monday to Friday, and then on Saturdays, we open from 9 to 8 p.m. When school breaks, we work from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. During the sandwich period, we do an extension service. I think we close at 8 p.m. We open at 9 and then we close at 8 p.m. So we'll communicate to you when we are starting that. I'm not going to talk about the TDB we do because I think you would not have a privilege for that service. So I don't want to whet your appetite on that before you come and ask me that we should do it for you. Right. Okay. Now I want to take you briefly to, we operate a hybrid system, so you can find us online too. You don't need to walk in before you can have access to some of our resources. So briefly, I want you to take a step of how you can access us online. So electronically, our URL is library.ucc.edu.gh. library.ucc.edu.gh. Alternatively, you can pass through the university web page and then get to us. Right? When you go to our the library page, on your extreme left hand, you will see Find Materials. Find Materials. You click on Find Materials and a drop-down menu will come. There you will see our UCC catalog. The catalog gives you information on the print resources we have there. We also have the institutional repository. The institutional repository gives you access to thesis, dissertation, university publication, and other publication by faculty members and researchers within the university community. So you can go there, read around topics in your research area, and then find where you can also start your research journey, right? And then we also have the electronic databases I talked about. If you are on campus, if you click on that, you have access to all the electronic databases we subscribe to, including the e-books. If you are off campus and you want to access the library, we have what we call off-campus access. It's not always that you'll be on the university line. We have what we call off-campus access. So the off-campus access, you go to the Find Materials again, you click on that, and you will see off-campus access as part of the things that will pop up. Click on that one. It will take you to a page. If you are a first-time user, you will be required to register. So you click on Sign Up. When you click on Sign Up, it will ask for your institutional email, your student ID, and a password from you. So you will create that one and then send it to us. It will come back to us and we'll give you a feedback within 48 hours. Then we'll, depending on your course duration, we'll give you time you can have access to the off-campus. What I mean is that if your program duration is 4 years, we'll give you 4 years plus a month of off-campus access. So when you are done, automatically we take you off the system. I hope I communicated right. Now, if you are trying and then you are struggling, don't worry, I'm just a call away, or you can just come to the Sam Jonah Library and then you'll find, then we'll take you through that. Okay, so basically this is what I talked about. Right, so there too you have access to the past questions. The past questions from, I know some of you love past questions. Maybe you want to know how your lecturers set your questions. You can have access to the past questions also on the web page. So basically, in a nutshell, that's what the library can give you. But like I said, we are a system. So the main library is then, you can also find us in your colleges, your departments, and then sometimes even your halls, right? If there's anything you want to contact us for, our library is opened, and I can assure you that if even I can't help you, I can afford to give you a smile, and then I'll link you to where you get your solution. Thank you for listening to me. Okay, so they just brought my mind back to, we also have a facility for our friends who are challenged. So we call it the RCAMAT, the Resource Center for Alternative Media and Assistive Technology, or persons with special needs sections. So our friends who are visually challenged, who are physically challenged, who have hearing impairments, you are not left out. We have a whole center there who assist you. You have dedicated staff who assist you to get all resources that you want. If you have a resource or a material and you want it to be converted to Braille for you, we have technology there to do that for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Vida Mensah, for taking us through the presentation. We'll move on to religious services in UCC. We shall invite Reverend Dr. Patrick Kampa to take us through the presentation. So I can see some of us moving out of the auditorium. I want to reiterate that the whole day is for orientation program. And so we are expected to be seated till the program is over. In any case, we'll be going on break at 12 o'clock. So please, let's get seated till we are done for the morning session. Thank you.
Prof. Dean, standing on the protocol already established, once again, good morning. And then to also say that we welcome you, chaplaincy of the University of Cape Coast. I'm to give you a brief information about chaplaincy on campus. And so the outline of presentation is as follows. We have the preamble, functions of the chaplaincy committee or unit, the philosophy of the university regarding religion, vision, mission, and then core values, that is our core values, religious groups on campus, and then we also have religious services during sandwich period, and an information about us. To begin with the preamble, though the university is a secular institution, the university clearly recognizes the essence of God in its affairs. As such, a statutory committee, which is the chaplaincy committee, which operates under the directives of the academic board, exists in the statutes of the university. And this we can find in the statutes of the University of Cape Coast 2016. And then the secretariat of it is the chaplaincy unit. Functions of the chaplaincy committee or unit. We have the unit performs the following functions: to coordinate all religious activities on campus, organize joint worship for the university community, on such occasions as may be appropriate, be responsible for the upkeep of the university chapel, which is now being renovated, to liaise between the religious groups on campus and the university authorities, and then to recommend approval of chaplaincies as they are formed. This we can find in the statutes of the University of Cape Coast 2016 and the Student Handbook 2020. We provide resource persons during student orientation, that is for fresh students. One is what I'm doing now, and then we offer prayers during commissioning of facilities and short-cutting ceremonies in the university. We also offer prayers during university functions, and then organize burial, memorial service or services, night of tributes, and then services of tribute. Just as the Dean of Students said, that should be part of you in the name of Jesus. As you have come steady and then go out nicely. And then we also want to say that let's look at the rudimentary philosophy of the university regarding religion. And it's all about the fact that the mental and then the physical development of students should be fostered alongside with their spiritual development. And this quoting with this year and then Biako 2012 in the book A History of the University of Cape Coast attests to this. And then we would say that therefore the spiritual development of students must not be neglected. Vision, mission, and then core values. We have our vision to be to cater for the religious needs of the university. And then mission, we exist to coordinate and then provide religious services for the university. Our core values, the fear of God, integrity, unity, discipline, and love. Religious groups on campus. There are many religious groups on campus, and these groups are organized under 4 chaplaincies. Thus, every recognized or duly registered chaplaincy or group on campus belongs to these 4 chaplaincies. That is, every religious group on campus is or belongs to a particular chaplaincy on campus. And there are 4 chaplaincies on campus. We have the Roman Catholic chaplaincy, Protestant, and then the Pentecostal chaplaincy committee. That is the PPCC. That one, they form the majority, and then it's a cluster of many of them. We have Assemblies of God, Pensa, Pentecost students, and so forth and so on, all coming there. And then we have the Anglican chaplaincy. We have the Muslim chaplaincy too as well. They all come together, all the sects, including Ahmadiyas. And so each of these chaplaincies is assigned a chaplain who is responsible for the day-to-day administration of the groups under it. To say further that now religious services during the sandwich period, usually and especially during the sandwich period, there are registered denominations or churches or the mosque in which students must choose to worship at. And then we have our Lady Seat of Wisdom Roman Catholic Church here at Science at the new site here, which is just a stone throw from here. And then we also have the University International or University Interdenominational Church, that is the UIC, which is adjacent to the Roman Catholic Church and has Reverend Victor Jabbar as the pastor over there. We also want to say that the UCC Central Mosque is also behind the graduate hostel. And then over there we have Alhaji Professor Isaaku Adams as the chaplain over there. And then we have the Anglican Church, which is at Kokwado, Apiosika. And they were meeting at the University Chapel, but as the place is being renovated now, we've relocated them there. So we have over there Dr. Christian Kwesi Ekwam as the chaplain. And then we have the Adventists too. They meet at the Abamuma SDA Church. And their pastor being Pastor Professor Yao Ankuma. We have the Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship International, and they meet at the Counseling Center at the old site on Mondays at 6 p.m. And we have Professor Aaron T. Asari as their leader. We have also the chaplaincy prayer group that prays for the University of Cape Coast. They meet each and every Thursday at the Counseling Center conference room at 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. 1 hour of time with the Lord. That is, we can find them at the old site. That is the place of meeting. And then finally, to have a word of caution as you have come. Apart from these that I've given, I'll be giving our location where you can locate us. And so, if anybody trickster should come around, some are around as tricksters, some are around as, prophets in the form of fraudsters. I call them fraudsters. They don't even deserve the name prophets. When you see them around, somebody says, bring your laptop, I will do something on it so that you can have all your marks A, all your exam quizzes A. The person is lying. You steady, and then God will bless it. And then pray. Steady prayer, and then what? God blessing it. And then you making the various A's. May you not follow such people. May you not follow such people. Whatever they come, whether at your room or hostel or whatever you find them, may you not follow them. This is a word of caution. And finally, there is the UCC chaplaincy unit in the old administration block at the old site, and which you can visit for further information on religious services on campus. You can reach us on this phone number, that is 0244 17 13 35. I repeat it again. I'll do that 3 times. 0244 17 13 35. 0244 17 13 35. And for the last time, 0244 17 13 35. Wish you a successful stay on campus, and may the Lord greatly bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend, for the presentation. So I want to emphasize the bit about the supposed men of God who approach students and take some items from them in the name of making you get good grades at the end of the academic semester. It's a common occurrence on campus. So please, let's be informed. And as we go out, either at the academic areas or the residential areas, let's watch out and not be caught as a victim. Because when they come to the office, the only thing they say is that, Madam, I don't know what happened. By the time I realized I had given all that I had to the person. And they say they were hypnotized. And sometimes it's very difficult for them to describe the scenarios. So please, let's take all the information we've been given here this morning very seriously. It is now time for us to go through our question and answer segment. But before we do that, we will take some short messages from the SRC president and the GRASAC president, So shall we welcome them with a round of applause?
All right, thank you very much, our dear MC. Prof. Chair, please permit us to stand on already established protocol to give a short presentation. A very good morning to us all. All right, so my name is Gideon Kwanzaa. I am your GRASAC president, and then I'm here with Nana Kwame Ntiamwa. He is the SRC president, together with my other executives. I'm sure when you were entering, you saw them at the edX outside. So we are there to promote your well-being and then advocate strongly for you. On behalf of the Executive Council, Senate, so as GRASAC, we have Executive Council, we have Senate and the Judicial Board. The Senate is more like the Parliament of Ghana, so that's where we deliberate on issues and then we take decisions that will help you or promote your well-being. And every department or class is supposed to elect a leader to represent you at Senate. So all these three bodies, I want to, on behalf of them, to congratulate you to the University of Cape Coast and welcome you to the University of Competitive Choice. And GRASAC UCC was established in the year 1993 to promote your well-being. And that's what we've been doing. And the Executive Council, we are equally there to serve as a medium of communication between you and the university management. And that's why from the very first day you started your program, day in and day out, you see updates from the university through the leadership to you. And that's what we are there for, and we'll be there for you till you finish your program. And then the constitution, GRASAC, we also have a constitution define who a member or who can be a member of GRASAC. And according to the constitution, I would like to read it. It says, all graduate students within the stipulated period of study upon admission shall be considered full members of GRASAC UCC. So both regular, sandwich, and distance, you are all recognized as members of GRASAC. And from the very first day you started your program, we saw the need as Executive Council to engage all the halls of residence management to at least get accommodation facilities for you. And I'm sure most of you had your accommodation through our initiative. And then when the registration period elapsed, as Executive Council, we engage management, especially the Director of Academic Affairs. I think we need to applaud him. He has really done well for us. And then as we speak, the portal is still open and it will end on Friday. So those who are here to register, please, let's all do well and register. And then we have some programs designed to promote your well-being and your holistic development. And then on 29th, which is Friday, you'll be having your matriculation. And right after the matriculation, you'll be having free mass NHIS registration at SGS. So those that do not have card and then those that your card has expired, you can take that opportunity or advantage and then register. We as Executive Council, we equally believe in human capacity building. So every weekend we'll be having a webinar series. The first one will touch on information retrieval. You have another one on some referencing tool, and then we'll have one on IRB, ethical clearance. Those doing top up, I know you equally need to get ethical clearance before you go to the field and then collect data. So we have all these sessions for you to help you navigate your stay on campus very easy. And then on 6th September, we are going to organize an Aquaba tour for you. We know we are here for studies, but all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. So we'll be going to Elmina Castle and then Kakum Park, and the ticket goes for 150 Ghana cedi. It covers snack, lunch, photo shoot, gate fee, and all other transportation and all other expenses. And then during the exams period at School of Graduate Studies, we do have library and research commons. So during your exams time, they close at 4:30. But during the exams period, we will extend it to 10 p.m. And then the Grassac bus too will be there. Will be there to take you to your various destination after the session. Yeah, so our office is located at SGS. You can feel free to walk in, and then we are on the platform. So if there's anyone here who is not on the page, we will post the link there. Kindly share it on your department page so that every member will be there. And then, as I said, the Senate leadership will come into your class. You elect your leaders, and then when we meet at Senate, we deliberate on issues. We are supposed to give you souvenirs. That is Lacoste. As Sunway students, we pay 85 Ghana cedi. But what happened is, because we didn't know your number, it has not been procured. So now that you are here, we are going to, as soon as we receive the money from finance, you will start the process. So God will, the next academic year when you come, you will receive your souvenir. So this year, the executive, we are going to serve your seniors. Yes, and then God will, the next academic year when you come, you will equally get yours. But we have the tie and then other souvenirs out there. You can buy one at an affordable cost. All right, so you can visit us at our office. You can reach us via phone, WhatsApp, any medium, and then we'll be there to serve you. Thank you for your attention.
All right, thank you very much. I think that my boss has done it, so I'll just share a few words of encouragement. Previously, we were not having undergraduate sandwich students, but recently we realized that now they are admitting undergraduate sandwich students, which forms part of the Student Representative Council. So for the very first time, we are also organizing a mass free NHIS for you as well, together with the Grassac as well. We're also going to create a page for you as well and see how best we can collaborate as well. Our office is at the CBS auditorium, like CBS building. No matter when you get there, the SRC office is there. We are always available to help you as well. We all know that the vision of the university is to build a worldwide acclaim and also to help us to become innovative in research, innovative in teaching, and also build personal development as well. And we, as the SRC, is ready to also do that. So when we get your numbers after the break, we will meet all undergraduate sandwich students so that we can put you in a page and see how best we can speak and see the programs we can do for you. We would not want to impose anything upon you, but when we get your numbers, then we see how best we can facilitate some of these things. On that note, I want you to know that UCC, relax, you will do all, you've got everything, and I wish you the very best. Thank you.
It is now time for questions. The first 5 students who have questions on the presentations made so far can come upstage and ask. Okay, so kindly line up to my left. So let's know your name, your program, and then the question follows.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, my name is Patricia, BSc Nutrition. Please, I have 2 questions. The first one, if someone is being abused at home and not necessarily on campus, can the person receive any help if they report? And then secondly, it's about the registration. Some of us registered before the timetable even came out. And it seems that the courses we registered on the portal doesn't really correlate with what you are offering now. So we want to find out if something can be done or we have to navigate our way through it. Thank you.
What program are you offering?
BSc Nutrition.
Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Lumute Joel, MSc in Land Policy Administration. I have a question and a suggestion. So the question is, for me, I don't have an institutional email, and from what I heard from the, okay, sorry, can you hear me now? Okay, yeah. So from what I heard, the institutional email is needed for applying for research and library and all those things, and I don't have it, so I don't have access to it for the Wi-Fi and the emails and all those things. So I wanted to ask, what's the process for it? And my suggestion is for the BROSA and SRC. For when we are done with the face the sandwich this month. We wanted to ask whether they'll be giving us transport back to our place in case of anything. That's what I want to ask. Sorry.
I am Patrick Brimpole with DGL.
So you didn't come up to ask a question. Somebody wants to ask. We are booing the person. No, let's give them the audience to ask their questions.
Okay, I'm with DGL. One, Patrick Brimpole. When we came in, we were giving some Wi-Fi username and password, but since then we have been trying. We have not been able to get access to it. So we want to find out how can we get access to the Wi-Fi portal. Thank you.
Ebenezer Aban Umen, MPhil Mathematics. My question is, after fully paying the fees, I've not gotten an SMS message for the registration. So what do I do?
What program?
MPhil Mathematics.
Okay.
Please, fees paid, but you have not received your registration number. Gentlemen, fees paid, yet you have not received your registration number. Please pass by MIS under the College of Education Studies. MIS under the College of Education Studies. Pass by soon after the program. Who will assist you. Those who have gotten Wi-Fi password, but you are not able to access it. When you are done, please go to Code Annex. Code Annex, the second floor. You'll be assisted there. E-learning section will be assisted there. So please note that. Yeah. Please come next week. By close of next week, you get your institutional email. We'll be sending your institutional email. So just keep cool. Very soon, you receive them. Thank you. Yes, please, the lady who registered wrong courses, please kindly pass by MIS for assistance. Thank you.
Yes, the SRC president looked for trouble. He said you can ask. Is that not so? So you asked. President, there is a question whether you provide transport. But maybe the person is talking about the means and you will pay. Or you have to get the means, President, and pay for them. When you said they should ask. When you say we should ask and we have problems, we'll ask you. Is that not so? You say we should ask. Is that not so? So we are asking. We've come with our problem. When they are going home, my gentleman, is that not the question? Yeah, you say when you are going home with the SRC, the undergraduate, but I know you organize transport, but it is for them to pay. Usually, with the regular students, the SRC organizes transport, but you pay. They organize it based on what you will pay to ensure that the vehicles come here, pick you safely to your destinations. And they have regions that, or places in Ghana that the vehicles will drop you off. But the cost will be borne by you. So if you want that arrangement, I think, President, you are going to meet them, so you can work on that with them. Yeah, the issue about sexual harassment, yes. You are our student now. We can't go home and go and arrest anybody because we don't even know your home. But what we can do is that we liaise with, I'm sure you saw the presentation, we liaise with external agencies. So please, if you have such issues, come, get in touch with Tvucc. Their numbers were displayed, okay? They will get in touch with Tvucc, the other external agencies that we partner with on these issues. And trust me, it is good you come and talk about it. Because if you don't talk about it, it's going to affect you in the university. So please come with those concerns, and I'm sure with the collaboration of the external agencies that were displayed here, that the issue can be addressed even at home. Because it is a crime, particularly those of us who are being abused and we are quiet. Please, you are killing yourself, so talk. Come and get help. So please, if there is anyone like that, please make sure you get in touch with the team from Tvucc. They gave their contact there. You can call. And I'm sure they will be able to assist you. Thank you.
We shall take the last batch of 5 questions and then we'll go on our break. So if there are any further questions, the last 5. Questions, clarifications, recommendations, suggestions. Well, I'd wanted to take your silence as consent, but the earlier presenter said we should not take it as such. But since no one is coming forward, okay, I can see one person coming up. So if there are any more, please let's come so that we take it as a group and then we'll answer all. Then we'll go for break.
Good morning, senior members. Good morning, my colleagues, junior members. Please, mine is not a question. It's a contribution. It's like I had the opportunity to visit one of the lecture hall, especially the LT lecture halls. And what should I say? It's like the place, especially where we have been assigned to have lectures. The place is not in good condition. In as much as the place or the building are old, I think there's something that we can do about it. Because sometimes as a student, if you don't get a comfortable place to learn, that one also disturbs a lot. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I think we can do it better for her. Yes. We are in an institution. Because we say we are number 1 doesn't mean we don't have challenges. Yeah, so Madam, thank you. We will pick it up. We will look at some of the rooms may require some cleaning and some setting up. So we will look at it. I think we will look at which we'll get in touch with you. We want to know the exact place, and then we will see what can be done about it. But thank you for drawing our attention to this. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm Nkwan Richmond, MEd Mathematics. Please, I'm not clear about the Wi-Fi. I think it's a general problem. Must we all go to the office there to queue, or what else? Thank you.
Right, so we are taking 5 questions. Can I please see the 5 students line up so that once we are done, we know that we can go on our break? Okay.
Yeah, please. I am Priscilla, MEd Mathematics. Please, initially when we paid, we were given the admission, we were asked to pay some amount of money. But when we paid it later, they gave us an additional amount to be added to the admission amount that we are supposed to pay. And then In fact, it really bothered us. So we want you people to check, because on the admission you say we should pay this. Later on, they will pay. They will post something on their main platform or our student platform that we should go and pay additional monies, and because of that, we're not even giving our admission registration numbers. And in fact, some of us, we are suffering. So please help us with that. Give us the accurate amount of money we are supposed to pay on the admission forms. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Adamu Idrisu, MA Literature and English. When I was offered admission, it was stated categorically that we are going to have an online classes. Actually, I did not enjoy the online classes. I'm not on any WhatsApp platform too. Yes. MA Literature in English. MA Literature in English. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Please, Obin Isaac, level 300, Sandwich. Please, my question is about our admission letters. Some of our colleagues are still in the house. They've not received their admission letters, and they are part of the sandwich page that was created for with the sandwich students. And then my second question goes to do with the in registration of our courses. Now we are doing 9 courses, but we could realize on the portal after you registered, the courses are 13. So we want to know if there will be some consequences for us. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Michael Efree, BS in mental health nursing. Please, I want to know the fees, what to pay level 300. We want to know, or I want to know the component, what and what, apart from the lectures, the services of lecturing. What and what are we going to get as students? We want to know the components. And also, a concern. This is a personal concern. I think dollar rate has dropped. And then we inquire from our seniors, or those in level 350, that they paid around 4,000 something as admission fee. But instead of resetting, the fees has been upgraded. So please do something about it since the dollar rate has dropped. And also, I think we need, we've not heard anything concerning student ID or whatever. So please, I want to know. Thank you very much.
Which one?
Different courses appearing in their portal after they've registered.
Yes. Okay, so Wi-Fi access, that's one year.
I think they didn't get it, whether they should go there and queue or what, and then the student ID issue.
Right. Thank you for the questions. For the Wi-Fi, I said that kindly go to code annex. All of you. Okay. We'll resolve it for you. Without, I thought there were few people who had issues. Wait. So initially I was thinking that very few of you had the issue. So if all of you will get to the bottom of it, so just it will be resolved for you. Thank you. For the gentleman who registered about 30 credit hour courses, but you are supposed to do 19, please pass by MIS. We will coordinate with your department and know the actual courses you are supposed to do, and it will be resolved for you. Are you getting me? The one who registered 30 credit hour courses, please pass by MIS. We will check with your department and know which courses are you supposed to do, and then it will be resolved for you. Thank you. Yes, student ID cards. You just came. That the Directorate of Academic Affairs, together with MIS, will ensure that you get your ID cards very soon. Thank you.
All right. So for the issuance of the ID cards, it's a process. So now that you have come in, we'll organize photo taking. Your pictures be taken. Then from there, we proceed to the issuance of the cards. So you receive announcement and where you need to avail yourself for the photo taking. Now for the lady who spoke about some variance in the fees, I've checked with finance, and it's true that there was some miscommunication between finance and the department concerned. And so that was what brought the shortfall in the first place. So we apologize for that. What you have right now should have been the right fees. And so we sincerely apologize for that. Oh yes, somebody was talking about having some friends in the house who are still waiting for the admission letters. The university is very happy to give admission letters, but we give admission letters when all the documents have also supporting your application. So last year, one dean sent me 5 applicants whose admission forms are still outstanding. Now, when I check with the admissions office, their certificates were not attached to the application. So there's no way we would withhold. So let us know, the one, come to me. If you can give me some information about those concerned, we'll quickly find out and get back to them, because we want everybody to get admission. We wish we had 5,000 people here. And so, all right, thank you. All right, so for the online teaching, each department was supposed to have put the students on the various platforms and organize the online teaching. And so let's know from here, those who did not have the services of the online teaching, they will pick it up from here. But I'm sure even though the online teaching was not held, they will find a way of making it up during this face-to-face. Some of the lecturers are very, very smart. They will make it up, I can assure you. All right. You know, at a point in time, we almost closed the session, but we were asking to come for your questions. You're not coming. So we wanted to find out whether the drop in the dollar rate shouldn't have affected the fees. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. We have some parameters we used in charging the fees, and those parameters have not changed. That's why, even though there's some drop in the dollar, we still have to maintain our fees. But let me please let me say that if you check across, University of Cape Coast charges one of the lowest fees. So, for example, I was in one university, a very big one in Ghana, and for master's program, they charge from 15,000 to 25,000 per annum. But in University of Cape Coast, ours is very, very low. So please bear with us. Thank you very much.
A big round of applause for all our resource persons this morning. So that brings us to the end of the morning session of our orientation. We'll take a 1-hour break and come back at 1 o'clock exactly. And when we come for the afternoon session, we'll be taking presentations on quality assurance issues, healthy living on campus, campus security services, and then we'll learn the melodious UCC anthem. Yes. And just before we go, the QR code that has been projected is for us to scan to enable us join the SRC platform. So let's make it a point to scan so we are able to join the SRC platform. On that note, I wish you have a good lunch and then come back at 1 o'clock. Thank you.